Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Staples Center and the 2002 championship pre-game ceremony.
Los Angeles is the new capital of California. Can you dig it?
Bryant dishing off. Horry for three.
And here comes Fisher, attacks the pull-up jump shot. No short. Bryant underneath. Back good. Kobe Bryant. It is hard to believe what we're seeing here today.
Bryant putting the move on Christie. Rebound O'Neal. Coming up short. Horry for the win. Yes!
Underneath, tipped away by the Lakers. Fisher has it, and here's Fisher in the front court, gives to Devean George. The game is over, and the series goes to the world champion Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe dribble drive. Kobe. Oh, what a slam dunk! My God. 3, 2, 1. The Lakers are the world champions. A three-peat and a sweep for the world champion Los Angeles Lakers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the color analyst of the world champions entering his 16th campaign, Stu Lentz.
Thank you. Welcome to the start of the 2002-2003 NBA season. But before we get to that, we've got some unfinished business from last season. The unveiling of the championship banner and the presentation of the championship rings. To assist me in the presentation, NBA Commissioner Mr. David Stern and Executive Vice President of Business Operations, Jeannie Buss.
Thank you, Stu. I have two things to say. First, the Lakers are an extraordinarily talented, smart, well-coached team that did their ownership and their city proud in winning their third straight championship. Second, if I may, every ring ceremony since I've been commissioner in 1985 has been introduced by Chick Hearn. And what I say is there's an absence of a presence tonight. But if you'll indulge me with reverence and affection, may I say one last time, Chick, let's give out the rings. He would have been very proud of his boys.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. Now the presentation of the rings. First, accepting on behalf of the greatest basketball announcer that ever lived or ever will live, the legendary Chick Hearn. His wife, Marge Hearn. Next, we have massage therapist, Dan Garcia. Equipment manager, Rudy Garcinguenas. Strength and conditioning coach, Jim Cotta. offense coordinator, Chip Schaefer. The head trainer for the Los Angeles Lakers, Gary Vitti. Assistant coaches now, first Turk Ramblers. Assistant coach Jim Clemens. Assistant coach Frank Hamlin. Assistant coach Tex Winter. And the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Phil Jackson. Now the players, Mitch Richmond. Stanislav Medvedenko. Mark Madsen. Devean George. Samaki Walker. Brian Shaw. Robert Horry. Derek Fisher. Rick Fox. Kobe Bryant. And Shaquille O'Neal. Now let's look at what the last three championships have meant to this great city of Los Angeles.
Like Kobe said, the trophy is home and where it belongs, and we're going to get another one next year. Can you?
getting down. You feel hard. The big man's on my side. Sound wind blowing hot from the north. And we were on the ride. Put down the top. Crank up the Beach Boys, baby, don't make the music stop. Don't gravity, just can't ride it no more. From the south bay to the valley, from the west side to the east side, everybody very happy, 'cause the sun is shining all the time. It's like another perfect day. I love LA. We love it. I love LA. We love it. We love it. Look at those trees. Look at that bum over there, man. He's down on his knees. Look at his baby. Ain't nothing like it nowhere. Century Boulevard. We love it. Victory Boulevard. We love it. Santa Monica Boulevard. We love it. 6th Street.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the second game of our TNT doubleheader tonight here from Rockin', Los Angeles. Kevin Harlan with Danny Ainge. Great to have you with us for another season of NBA basketball. Already out of the blocks, the defending champions have some things on their minds, some hurdles they've got to cross. Beginning the season without their cornerstone, Shaquille O'Neal, out at least 7 games because of foot surgery. And then last week, because of his altercation with Doug Christie of Sacramento, Rick Fox suspended for the first 6 games of the season. With that in mind, that is our backdrop. We bring in a guy who's won a couple of NBA championship rings himself over the years, Danny Ainge. What's your take on Los Angeles?
Well, first of all, there's no pressure on the Lakers to beat San Antonio tonight because no one expects them to beat him without Shaq and Rick Fox. But you know, a guy that's really got to step it up tonight is Kobe Bryant. He loves these opportunities to go out and shine and to carry the team on his back. They need a big game, 30-plus points, and create some offense for the rest of them. But without Shaq in the game, they need to create some easy baskets also in transition. And some of those guys we'll see in transition, the new faces, Gennaro Pargo, the point guard out of Arkansas, Kareem Rush, and the sharpshooting Tracy Murray. But, you know, they got to get some transition baskets, easy shots, but they have no inside game except Kobe.
Well, if you're wondering where that inside game went, right now he is standing by with our Craig Sager.
Well, it's been 7 weeks since Shaquille O'Neal had surgery on his arthritic right big toe to relieve pain and bone spurs. Shaq, how successful was the surgery? What do you hope it accomplished?
It was a very successful surgery. This is, like you said, my 7th week. Supposed to be out 8 weeks. So hopefully next week I can start practicing with the team. I don't have any pain. The last couple years I had a lot of pain, but right now I don't have any pain. But the true test will come when I start playing next week or in 2 weeks.
You're not in the lineup tonight, so you had a chance to sit there and absorb the ceremony tonight. When they're playing, we love LA and we are the champions. What was going through your mind?
The only thing that was going through my mind is the method that my father always taught. He taught me to look at it while the moment is here and then take it off and start focusing on the next moment. I can remember a time where I didn't have any rings, so right now I have number 3, and we can just start working on 4. In this world we live in, nobody cares about what you did yesterday. They only care about what you can do today and tomorrow. So, like I said, I have 3, and I'm just working on number 4. So I'm going to be shipping this ring out tomorrow morning to my father. He has all my individual accolades. And before I'm done playing, hopefully I can get 5 or 6, and hopefully I can have my name up there next to all the other Laker greats.
You and Michael Jordan, the only ones to win 3 straight MVP in the finals. How do you maintain that hunger and desire after all these years?
I maintain it because the first time I went to the finals, I failed, and I failed miserably. My father told me I showed Akeem Olajuwon a little bit too much respect. So I always say,
Will you please direct your attention at this time to the video board for a special tribute.
And Fox rips the ball out of his hand. What a play defensively by Foxy. Shaw bounced the ball back door to Kobe. Slam dunk.
Throws it up, missed the shot. The rebound is to Worthy, and Worthy give the ball to Cooper. He's out of the backcourt, the dribble drive. He's around Isaiah. Score!
Kobe dribble drive. Kobe. Oh, what a slam dunk. My God.
3, 2, 1. The Lakers are the world champions.
This game, ladies and gentlemen, is in the refrigerator. The door is closed, the lights are out, the eggs are cooling, the butter getting hard, and I don't know, let's see, the jello's jiggling.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to observe a moment of silence for Chick Hearn. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Marge Hearn.
Of the Lakers organization, I'd like to welcome you back to Staples Center again. This is the 4th year that we've been at Staples Center, and that number 4 is certainly a magic number this year. Thank you for all your support. Enjoy the game. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, will you please rise for the singing of our national anthem, his 21st consecutive opening night, Jeffrey Osborne.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was Jeffrey Osborne. Now here are tonight's live Circuit City starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Staples Center, opening night of the 57th NBA season. Tonight's contest features the visitors from the Midwest Division of the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs. And the home team, the defending back-to-back NBA World Champions, your Los Angeles Lakers. And now the starting lineup for the San Antonio Spurs. At one forward, number 12, 7th campaign out of Cal State Fullerton, Bruce Bowen. The other forward, number 21, 6th year from Wake Forest, Tim Duncan. At one guard, number 8, 12th year from Michigan State, Steve Smith. The other guard, number 9, 2nd campaign out of Paris, France, Tony Parker. And at center, number 50, 14th year from the Naval Academy, David Robinson. The head coach, Greg Popovich. And now, celebrating their 43rd year in Southern California, the franchise with 14 NBA titles, the most wins in NBA history, the home team. Defending back-to-back NBA World Champions, your Los Angeles Lakers. At one forward, number 3, 6'8", 4th year from Augsburg College, Devean George. The other forward, number 5, 6'10", 11th campaign out of Alabama, Robert Horry. one guard, number 2, 6'1", 7 seasons from Arkansas, Little Rock, Derek Fisher. The other guard, number 6'7", 7th year from Lower Merion High School, Kobe Bryant. That's center, 0, 7 feet, 2nd year from Mali, Sumaila Samaki. The head coach is Phil Jackson.
A look at Phil Jackson, Kevin Harlan with Danny Ainge. Let's talk about the San Antonio Spurs, who were eliminated by these champion Lakers a season ago in the playoffs. A lot to drink in with San Antonio. David Robinson will retire at season's end. Tim Duncan can opt for free agency. A roster which is showing a little bit of age, yet, Danny, they feel they are better this year than last year. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, this team has all 5 starting players back again. And with 19-year-old Tony Parker, a much better player, great in the exhibition season, did a fantastic job playing with a lot more confidence right now. But then they've added depth and athleticism. You know, the Argentine player, Nanu. Look at this, Ginobili. You know, great athlete. Stevie Jackson's had a great exhibition season. Much more depth and athleticism. And don't forget Tim Duncan. If you haven't heard of him, MVP last year, he's a pretty good player too.
He is. Of course, these two teams have got a nice history going back and forth. On paper, it would appear that San Antonio is as ready as Sacramento or Portland or Dallas to truly challenge the Lakers in the Western Conference.
Well, they took this team all 5 games. They had a lead going into the 4th quarter, and it late into the 4th quarter in some of those games. So the series was a lot closer than people think, and that's why they have confidence that they can overtake this Laker team.
So the NBA's opening night continues, and what better place to be than the home of the world champion Los Angeles Lakers. And the theme for the quest for 4 has embraced this team. And, of course, this city as the Lakers embark on a journey for their 4th consecutive NBA title, and we are underway. Our officials tonight, Joey Crawford, Derek Stafford, and Jason Phillips. It's last year's MVP, Tim Duncan, double, Fisher and Horry covering him, and Fisher picks up the foul.
Well, you can see they're going straight down to Tim Duncan, the MVP. You know, Robert Horry's not used to playing a lot of minutes. Usually really picks up his defensive intensity in the 4th quarter when he's on the court out of foul trouble. But they've got to go down to Tim Duncan because the Lakers have no depth on the bench, especially at the big positions.
You know, statistically, there were so many impressive things about Duncan's season a year ago, but probably not the least impressive was the fact that he went from a 62% free throw shooter 2 years ago to over 80% from the free throw line last season.
Yeah, that's a huge improvement. And so much for Tim is mental. But right then, you said it, you cursed him. He missed the first one right there. But shooting 50% on the year this year.
And Kobe Bryant to Fisher, and then Horry on top, picked up by Duncan. Devean George, and the shot clock is down to 10. With Bryant getting a screen, going up against the defensive-minded Bruce Bowen. And a rebound clutched onto inside by 20-year-old Tony Parker. Duncan down the lane and rejected inside.
And that's what Samaki does every day in practice. They say guys are having a tough time learning how to play against him. He's almost Manute Bolish like out there, just except he runs so much better in the open court.
Here's Samaki, who's had a stint with New Jersey in the NBA a couple years ago. Shot clock at 5. It's Bryant against Bowen.
Big shot by Kobe. That's a lot like Michael Jordan we saw, but they move the ball around the triangle and he gets to that medium post with 5 seconds left on the shot clock for his chance to create.
Robinson trying to set a screen. George fighting through it. Devean George has picked up his first foul for Los Angeles.
And Samaki makes his presence known right away. Duncan, the MVP, going down with the left-handed slam. His patented one. Loves that left hand going to the basket, but Samaki does a great job. And you know, Tim knows who he is now.
He does indeed. And a reminder that live NBA on TNT broadcast, Spanish language feed now available via SAP. It's Steve Smith.
I feel like I'm speaking Spanish trying to pronounce some of these names. Ginobili, I got to practice when he comes in. Samaki.
George with a twirl inside. Robinson got a hand on it. Shot clock is at 8. It never hit the rim. And here comes Kobe Bryant once again against Bruce Bowen inside the lane. Bryant with the fresh 24 shot clock now with which to work. And the drive inside. Robinson the rebound.
Excellent drive by Kobe right there and a good shot. He's getting the ball in the post a lot down there already in this game.
Here's Steve Smith, who led the NBA last season in threes. Parker for 2. Rebound tapped by Robinson. Back to ball on a fresh 24.
Parker worked very hard all summer on that outside shooting. They thought that was one thing that he needed to get, was stronger and become a better shooter.
And a whistle and a foul blown on Tim Duncan. He picks up his first for the San Antonio Spurs.
Well, we see David Robinson in his last year right here. He's been doing this a lot too. Good effort right there. That's almost 2 block shots right there. And then he comes in and changes Kobe's shot and gets a good second jump right there for a second effort rebound.
Lakers have started 1 of 5 from the field.
I don't know about that call on Tim Duncan right there. It looked like Samaki pushed Duncan into the screen. Got a cheap one on Duncan.
Derek Fisher, Kobe Bryant, Sumaila Sumaki from Mali, Africa. Derek Fisher with the Duncan rebound inside.
And there's one guy I think he just loves to shoot. I think Fisher's going to find some ways to take some of Shaq's shots.
Do you like that?
Well, I like it as long as you stay within the offense. You know, it's so dangerous to get away from it because you try to do it on your own. It's so easy with Shaq in there, and you don't want to get out in bad habits.
San Antonio has started the game 1 of 3 from the floor. Smith wheeling inside. And as he goes into Horry, who reaches in, Robert Horry picks up his first personal foul of the game. And the Laker defense inside the lane.
Well, right here, Steve Smith trying to drive, but right there, Robert Horry just can't move his feet on the perimeter. 2 old guys going at it, neither one very quick.
Smith knocks it in from outside. Steve Smith, 12 years out of Michigan State.
And I hear John Thompson at home saying, there's that old guy.
Who he likes. Samaki. It really presents the first legitimate true backup center the Lakers have had in a couple years to Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, we'll see if he's legitimate. He's being dubbed as a legitimate backup center, but I haven't seen it yet.
Here comes Parker with the nice twirl inside. Robinson slams it in over Samaki.
And that's legitimate right there. Backup center right there, David Robinson. Excellent play. Good read.
A missed pass by Fisher. Here comes San Antonio the other way, and Parker lightning quick can't get it to go, and Kobe Bryant the other way. Bryant so far has 2. He has started 1 of 4 from the field. Started again by Bowen. He usually gets the toughest defensive matchup.
Oh, yeah, that's why he's out there. He's not out there for his offense. He's out there to play that hard-nosed defense and keep the offense moving.
Devean George, who's been starting a lot of teams in the NBA, starting tonight because of the Rick Fox suspension. Hits his first shot, and he's got 2.
You know, Kevin, and Devean George is one of those guys. He's a terrific athlete. He's a complete basketball player. He really stepped up last year when Phil Jackson showed some confidence in him. I expect him to have a good year this year and really break out.
Duncan is drawing Horry down on the block.
And it's a tough matchup for Robert. Not strong enough right there. But Robert does that old veteran move, that backpedal defense.
Spurs +2 in rebounding so far. As Robert Horry is picked up by Duncan. Parker's got Fisher. And Smith is on the 4th-year player out of Division III Augsburg, Devean George. Shot clock at 5. Bryant with a series of moves and then a feed to Samaki. Robinson with another rebound.
Robinson looks young and frisky out there.
Robinson with 4 rebounds as Parker takes it and feeds to Smith, who puts it into the hands of Duncan. Parker uncovered because they doubled Duncan down low.
Well, you can see what the game plan is. They're going to let Tony Parker. They haven't seen him shoot in the gym all summer. And plus, it's different in the gym all summer long than it is all by yourself or under pressure in real games.
It's loose as Bowen tried to save it and throws it away. Spurs have led by as many as 5.
Parker does a good job of penetrating right here. You know, Derek Fisher moving his feet a little bit better than he did last year. Samaki's making his presence, making him miss those shots, but because he's going for the block shot, David Robinson on the cleanup right here. Double team. Parker's going to have these all night long. No rotation even over to him.
Neither team has hit a 3 yet. Turnovers even at 2 apiece.
Lakers look a little sluggish already in their half-court offense. Not as crisp as it was in the first 3 or 4 possessions with everybody touching it. Kobe about on his 14th dribble in that possession.
Robert Horry from outside. Bowen with the rebound. They're showing flashes of a trap and a double on Kobe over the last 2 possessions at the other end. San Antonio's defense was at the other end. And here comes Duncan now. Tries to go inside and a whistle and a foul.
And that's 2 on Robert Horry, and that's trouble right there. And Samaki Walker, who they're trying to, I believe they didn't start him tonight just to protect him from foul trouble.
So Horry's got 2, so now we have Sumaila Samaki and Samaki Walker. Samaki Walker used to play in San Antonio for a couple years with the Spurs.
Let's just call him Walker and Samaki.
You want to make it easy on yourself.
Yeah, or how about this 52-0?
Yeah, okay. Now Samaki Walker is on Tim Duncan. Rejected by the other Samaki, and that's a 2-point shot. Duncan's got 3, goaltending the call.
Well, again, you know, they're going to have a tough time staying out of foul trouble if Tim keeps being aggressive going to the hole like that.
Last year, Los Angeles won 3 of the 4 regular season meetings with the Spurs, then beat San Antonio 4 games to 1 in the second round of the playoffs. Another rebound for San Antonio as the Lakers have started 2 of 11 from the field to start the game. Across the lane goes Smith. Here comes Ball with some nifty dribbling on Bryant and can't get it to go. Then tapped up and in by David Robinson.
And Robinson again, because Samaki went for the block shot, had nobody there boxing him out on the glass. So when Samaki goes to the basket or goes for the block, you got to be sure to get a piece of it, or David's going to be tipping him in like he has twice.
Lakers shooting 11%. And David Robinson has put in 4, and the Spurs have their biggest lead tonight, 11-4.
The NBA on TNT, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, bringing people together with low fares. By Adidas Basketball, forever sport. By Chrysler, experience our cars and find out why drive equals love. And by Gateway, a better way.
What's the estimate? 12.2 million.
When the stakes are high, you have to know your enemy better than you know yourself.
If I'm there, you are going down.
Don't miss the drama in Heat. See it Saturday night at 8 on TNT.
David Robinson missed a lot of last season's playoffs because of a bad back. That back looks hale and hearty tonight with 4 points and 5 rebounds to start things for San Antonio.
I just like the way he's moving. He hasn't really been a go-to guy to get the offense or going down to Tim Duncan, and David's getting all the garbage, and he's cleaning up the glass when the shot blocker's going for him. And David doing a good job playing. Is very smart.
Neither team has made a change. Robert Horry on the Laker bench right now with 2 personal fouls. Shot clock at 3. Bowen against Bryant, who glances at the clock. And Kobe has started the game 1 of 6 from the floor.
They got to have the way, and they got to get a big game out of him, Kevin. And you see he's on the block all the time with that new 15 pounds of muscle that he's got. You know, he's trying to show off his bulk.
Duncan inside on Fisher, and Samaki picks up the loose ball for the Lakers. He now has 4 rebounds.
I say forget the bulk. Work on your shooting like Tony Parker did in the offseason. He only shot 25% from the three-point line last year, and he said he was going to, that was one part. Maybe he thinks that strength is going to help that distance shot.
Well, Bryant has done a lot of things in the offseason. He's put on the 15 pounds. He is now doing game day weightlifting, which a lot of people have not done, but Michael Jordan has, who is Bryant's idol. He's also been practicing some boxing and sparring with his various allotment of bodyguards to try to get more, or Rick Fox, I guess, for that.
I wish he would have taught Rick Fox a few things.
Yeah, that's right. And there is the patented Bryant move. He now has 4. And the Lakers down by 5. They've trailed by 7.
Well, you know, and this is a great defensive team in San Antonio, so Kobe's got his hands full. He's going to have to hit the outside shot, as we've seen the medium post, a little fadeaways down low, because you got Duncan and Robinson back there backing up Bruce Bowen.
Duncan on the fly, and a foul is called on Samaki, and that is the first on him.
And this is one of the few times the shot blockers aren't there. Now Malik Rose in the game, but right there, Kobe comes over. Malik, not quite the same presence at the basket defensively as David Robinson. Easy basket for Kobe.
Here's Tim Duncan, who accomplished a rarity last season in the NBA. He was the 5th leading scorer, the number 2 rebounder. He was number 4 in block shots. It's a top 5 in those 3 categories. And Danny, only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Shaq himself have done that. I mean, that's a great group of players.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a pretty good company right there. And Tim Duncan, I mean, he's such a great performer, and he's got 1 championship ring, and they really believe that this year he can lead them with all the additions that they've made. that they can make. And with Malik Rose in the game now, you see Devean George. You don't see this much out of the Lakers, Kevin. Devean George playing the power forward position for the Lakers. Tracy Murray moving to the small forward.
Little full court now defensively by San Antonio. An excellent defensive team a season ago. Tracy Murray in the game for the Lakers with George, Fisher, Samaki Walker, and Kobe Bryant. A great three-point shooter. Tracy Murray gets it back to Bryant with the shot clock now in single digits. And the world champions down by 7. It's Devean George. And a rebound by Smith. And Los Angeles 3 of 14 to start the game.
Well, yeah, they don't have the wide open shots they get when Shaq's out there on the court, creating all those easy shots for them.
Malik Rose tried to spin his way inside. He's out there with Duncan, Bowen, Smith, and Parker. And a foul goes on Murray for Los Angeles for the first time.
Greg Popovich talked a lot about getting in the motion, not having to rely on Tim Duncan in every possession, although he better get it sometimes. But tough matchup right there. Malik Rose sees he's got Tracy Murray, not known for his defense. Malik takes him straight to the rack.
Philadelphia born and raised Malik Rose, who played college ball at Drexel. He's jumped around the NBA a little bit, but now in his 6th year.
The guy's about 6'5".
Yeah, and plays center.
Plays center, power forward. You know, that's why he was drafted late and, you know, didn't make it right away. But, you know, he's just made it with brains and heart. And that guy gives it everything he's got on the court. One of Greg Popovich's favorite players.
Spurs have a 9-point lead. Their biggest in the first quarter so far. 3.5 to play in the first quarter. It's Bryant again. The double pump inside. Fights and over Duncan.
Unbelievable shot. But you see how much congestion there is when Kobe tries to get to the basket. Everybody on San Antonio is watching for Kobe. He's going to have to dish it off, and they're going to have to make some outside shots.
Duncan missing the finger roll, but I think Bryant likes the physical play. He likes the runs inside, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I mean, he just loves the attention. He loves to score. He loves the challenge. And right here, he gets to the basket. But look at all 3 guys right there, the whole front line of San Antonio there. But Kobe somehow comes up with it, and the teardrop up and over Tim Duncan. Unbelievable.
Duncan just picked up his 2nd personal foul.
Looks like Larry Bird right there, up over the corner of the backboard. That's a horse shot.
And Manu Ginobili is in the game for the San Antonio Spurs. Bryant, flash of defense from Robinson with the mismatch, and that sends Walker inside against Bowen. And a whistle and a foul. Ginobili is in the game. He is 25 years of age. He is a rookie from Argentina, but you may recall him from this past summer when he was a member of the Argentinian national basketball team, which won the silver at the World Basketball Championships. This is the guy that led the team that beat the USA.
Well, this guy has a chance to be a starting 2 guard at Spurs for a long time. Him and Tony Parker could be the first starting international guard tandem in the history of the NBA before the season's over. Very athletic, very inconsistent outside shooter, but capable outside shooter. Be interesting to see. I'm anxious to watch him play in person.
David Robinson picks up his first personal foul from the free throw line tonight. Lakers 1 of 2. San Antonio 5 of 6. Under 3 to play in the first. With Rose feeding to Bowen for 2. Nails it from outside. Bruce Bowen.
And Bruce Bowen, nobody practices that 3-point shot more than Bruce Bowen. Plays the great defense. You know, right there he was on the line and only got 2, but he works on that shot hundreds of shots a day.
Boy, Kobe spoon feeds Devean George inside. And Robinson was there defending. And the foul may go on David, and it does for a 2nd time. So he's got 2. Robert Horry for the Lakers has 2 as we take timeout. There is an international flair with the San Antonio Spurs. Ginobili, who has got wonderful moves, a terrific sense of the game from Argentina. And then Tony Parker, born and raised in Paris, France, with his assortment of moves. His electrifying speed was key for San Antonio's 58-win season a year ago.
Well, and I love his confidence that I've seen in the exhibition season, and tonight you just see there all the international Spurs right there. Ginobili and Parker, like we said, could be a great tandem in the backcourt in the future. Mink Batir hasn't been with the team yet, but he could be a factor. You know, Kevin Willis is getting up there in age. This guy might be an insurance policy for David Robinson and Kevin Willis.
At the free throw line is Devean George, who last year was a 68% free throw shooter out there with Samaki Walker, Tracy Murray, Kobe Bryant, and Derek Fisher. And the San Antonio Spurs have Malik Rose, Bruce Bowen, Tony Ginobili is in the game. And Danny Ferry has come in for the first time. His dad played in the year when the 24-second shot clock was brand new. And Danny has taken that great basketball heritage and made himself a fine career in the NBA. Re-signed as a free agent this past July. Ginobili tried to feed. Fisher deflects it. Shot clock at 10.
Well, everybody talked about Tim Duncan and David Robinson not playing as well in the NBA last year against the Lakers, but Danny Ferry had the broken wrist, and he has a huge impact on that team with his toughness and his outside shooting. He wasn't even able to shoot the ball until August.
Here comes Kobe Bryant with 6 points. Tim Duncan leading San Antonio with 5. But the shooting woes continue for the Lakers, who will get the ball here. 4 of 16 to start the game. And the Spurs not much better, 6 of 17 from the field.
Well, both teams are playing with a lot of energy. The defense has been good for a first quarter, but opening night, ring ceremony, defending champions, and a great couple of defensive teams.
Speedy Claxton is checked in for Parker. Claxton may be even faster than Parker at the point guard.
Yeah, they don't miss a beat athletically when Claxton comes in the game. Excellent acquisition in the offseason by the Spurs.
Tracy Murray missed it. And a whistle inside with the foul. Samaki Walker was trying to grab it, and he picks up his first personal foul of the game. They normally, when Shaq is healthy, Phil Jackson will use Samaki Walker against smaller centers. But, you know, with Arvydas Sabonis now back in Portland, Michael Olowokandi with the Los Angeles Clippers, these two large centers and power forwards for the San Antonio Spurs. Size matters, certainly, in this Western Conference.
Absolutely. And, you know, with Shaq didn't get 40 minutes when he's healthy, but when Shaq is not healthy, they're in for a lot of trouble. I mean, Medvedenko is only 23 years old. Samaki didn't start playing basketball until he was 19. And, you know, who knows how old he is. I like to check that birth certificate because he looks like he's about 28.
And we're forgetting about Yao Ming down in Houston. He's 7'5½".
Well, no question. You know, but there's other ways to beat big. You know, you can get some quickness and have some outside shooting, but the Lakers don't have any one of those options at their big positions.
Derek Fisher picks up a foul for Los Angeles. Yeah, and that is the second on him. Fisher's all over the floor, and we mean that literally.
Well, he loves wood. He's one of your favorite players.
He goes after it. They called him at Arkansas the mop because he would mop the floor. They have given it.
I thought they called him flop.
I think we said Fisher, but it was Malik Rose who picked up the foul. And Fisher is at the free throw line. And the
Get out.
in the first round by Jerry West, who was an unheralded player at a small school, but that seemed to really typify, Danny, the poor drafting position the Lakers have always had because they've always been so good. It's necessitated finding those diamonds in the rough, and Mitch Kupchak now takes over for Phil Jackson, but it was Jerry West who got those nice surrounding pieces together for this Laker team.
Absolutely, both those guys have done a good job. Mitch Kupchak very underrated at what he does now, being in the following Jerry West, but Derek Fisher, I mean, he's just made it because he's tough, hard-nosed. His defense has stopped a little bit, but I always feel sorry watching Derek Fisher play because he lost a little bit with the foot injury from his foot quickness, and then he's got Shaq helping him on defense on the pick and rolls, and Shaq never helps, and so he's like playing one-on-two out there defensively sometimes.
Tracy Murray just picked up his second personal foul. Here is Speedy Claxton, who is coming via a trade from the Philadelphia 76ers. He was a kid that was so impressive his rookie training camp, and that's all he played really because he blew a knee, sat out his rookie year. So really he was a rookie officially and technically last season with Philadelphia. And now in his second year, they sent him off to San Antonio.
And a big play right there by Danny Ferry, just keeping the ball alive. Ferry is always thinking, always working, and playing tough.
Trying to sneak it inside to Rose. That's a turnover, and the third by the San Antonio Spurs in this first half. Bryant to Murray, back to Kobe, who thought about three. Fisher launches a three. And a Ferry rebound. The Lakers are right now -6 in rebounding. A three from outside.
And Ginobili right there, and that's one thing. If he becomes an excellent shooter, a guy that you have to honor, even a 35 to 37% three-point shooter out there, not great, he's going to have a huge impact on this team with all the other things he does.
Fisher for three, and then knocks down a 9-point lead to 22-16. Fisher now at 5.
And the Lakers have shot the ball miserably in this first quarter. The Spurs haven't shot it much better, but they're still right there, only 6 points down. They got to be feeling pretty good.
Rose working on Walker and schools him on the block.
Well, that's way too easy. You expect Tim Duncan with his length to be able to do that, but Malik Rose, 6'5", just backed him in and spun right around him.
Rose coming off the best season of his career. He now has 6 off the bench. No fouls to give either way.
Well, Malik Rose has sure improved his offense. Becomes a pretty good jump shooter out there, and that great post-up move he showed right there.
Kobe Bryant slithers inside. Bryant to the hole. Tapped in by Samaki Walker.
And again, Kobe draws so much attention. Samaki Walker, you're there for the easy garbage.
Here comes Claxton trying to beat the clock. Final seconds, first quarter. Ginobili. And he misses a 3. Malik Rose giving the San Antonio Spurs some excellent minutes coming off the bench.
Well, he's the energizer. Everybody talks about in the past San Antonio being a soft team. There's no soft in Malik Rose.
Spurs led by 9, and at the end of the first quarter, they're up 24-18.
The Spurs lead the Lakers 24-18 after 1 quarter. Manu Ginobili getting his rookie debut for San Antonio, but actually he got quite an indoctrination this summer. He played for the World Championship team, as Kevin mentioned, for Argentina. Greg Popovich was the assistant coach for the United States and the advanced scout. They spent a lot of time this summer meeting with the family, going over the plays, getting the scouting reports of different teams, and trying to help Ginobili come into the league. Ginobili turned professional at the age of 18 in Argentina. His father was a basketball coach. His 2 brothers played professionally. He speaks very fluent English, so he's been ready for this moment for a long time. Kevin?
Thank you, Craig. We begin the second quarter with the Los Angeles Lakers trailing 24-18, and Kobe Bryant shy.
Shy?
Of the mark.
I know, but he's anything but shy tonight with 11 FGAs already in the first quarter.
Those are Ainge-like numbers.
Yeah, no question. Tony Parker is 0 for 6 in that first quarter. They need him to mix in a bucket.
The Spurs out there with Rose, Claxton, Bowen, Ferry, and Ginobili. Out there, Brian Shaw is coming to the game for the first time for the LA Lakers. Ginobili drives inside, tapped in by Rose, who now has 8 points off the bench.
And again, just the lack of size in there. There's just no presence with Shaq not on the court, and even Samaki made a difference in there. But it looks like 10 guards out there on the court.
Gennaro Pargo is in the game too. He is a rookie free agent. Out there with George, Brian Shaw, Samaki Walker, and Kobe Bryant. A nice shot outside.
What about Brian Shaw? I mean, the guy just keeps getting it done. He's always ready when they call on him. They didn't even play him in the exhibition season very much. You know, faking an injury, veteran move, getting through exhibition season. Unbelievable. But Ginobili, great drive right here. But again, you see no inside presence. Wide open. Good move going to the basket. Samaki Walker trying to block it right there, which opens up the glass again. Another offensive putback for San Antonio.
Bowen picks up the foul. Stanislav Medvedenko is coming for the Los Angeles Lakers. Devean George will take a seat on the bench. Brian Shaw, who it seems has played almost 2 decades. In fact, he's not that far away from it in the game. Pargo missing from outside. Gennaro Pargo is a rookie from Arkansas.
Are you kidding me? Brian Shaw is a pup in this league nowadays. You got Kevin Willis, 40, John Stockton, Karl Malone, David Robinson, all these old guys out here playing.
Ginobili steps out of bounds as he was coming out of the blocks. And a turnover for the San Antonio Spurs, their 5th. Lakers have but 2.
Pargo's a guy, he comes in the game, he's really got to help the Lakers create some tempo. They're getting no easy baskets. Kobe's working hard, getting shots, but they got to get something in transition.
Ginobili with the steal, and Shaw in front of him. And underneath for Bruce Bowen, who was picked up by Kobe Bryant. Danny Ferry, and then Pargo rebound.
Well, Danny's usually making those kind of shots. Those are the shots you don't want to leave him if you're the Laker defense. But again, Danny hasn't had a lot of playing time. No, not until August was he able to even take a shot. And you're talking about a guy who gets 300-500 shots up a day.
Ginobili picks up the foul. That is the first on him for San Antonio. Scoring leaders so far, Bryant's got 6 for the Lakers, 8 for Malik Rose. Tim Duncan has come back in the game. Steven Jackson has joined him. Rose and Claxton. He is another experiment, I guess you'd call him, for Los Angeles, Gennaro Pargo. They think a true point guard for this offense.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure he's an experiment. He just flat out earned it with a great training camp and exhibition season. An excellent shooter and a great, by far the best push man on this Laker team with the dribble.
Down court, Jackson slithers inside. Claxton gave him the feed. Samaki Walker cleans it up, and Brian Shaw was going the other way, working into Duncan. Robert Horry back in the game, playing with 2 fouls.
And Phil Jackson's gone with the bigger lineup. He's got the 6'9" Samaki Walker, 6'11" Medvedenko, and the 6'10" Robert Horry. So all of a sudden he's changed completely, trying to get big because the inside defense is non-existent.
Rose hooks it up. I think just a minute ago he said, look, we got all guards on the floor. Now we got good players on the floor.
I like guards better.
Medvedenko. And he's got his first 2 NBA points.
And that was an excellent feed right there by Medvedenko. Inside to Medvedenko. Well, there's no interior defense right there. You got 3 big guys out of the court, 3 power forwards, no centers in there for the Lakers.
Lakers take a timeout with 8:49 to play here in the second quarter. From the Staples Center, Lakers have started 29% from the field, and the Spurs 38% to the timeout.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Kings home against the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. Peja Stojaković, top of your screen, going to launch the jumper. And Chris Webber, nobody kept him off the boards. They're up by 12 in the third. Back to Kevin Harlan.
All right, EJ, thank you very much. Keon Clark, Vlade Divac, Chris Webber, just some of the names that you'll see with Sacramento this season. And of course, they were here at the end of the preseason late last week, and that's in that big fight incurred between Rick Fox and Doug Christian. Major League Baseball great Frank Robinson is here tonight with the normal star-studded cast. Diane Cannon, Gary Shandling, Kevin Nealon are here watching courtside.
They don't look like they're being too funny right now.
You got to get warmed up. It's opening night for everybody, right?
I look forward to that Sacramento-Portland game Thursday night. That's going to be an excellent rivalry. Portland's improved themselves. The Sacramento, they're ready. You know, they believe also, like San Antonio, they believe that they can win the championship.
Lakers' only lead tonight is 2-1. That was early in the game, obviously. The Spurs' biggest lead has been 9. And they're up now 28-22 with a foul called on Medvedenko. He was his first on his 3rd season out of the Ukraine. He had a tough summer, spent time overseas in his homeland caring for his ill father. It hindered his summer progress with the basketball side of his life, but stayed over there, rightly so. His sick father. Jackson. Speedy Claxton trying to feed inside. Walker knocks it away. Shot clock at 4 for Stephen Jackson. And a rebound by Samaki Walker to Gennaro Pargo. Ahead to Medvedenko. Shot by Rose, who picks up the foul.
And that's the kind of tempo we're talking about when Pargo comes in the game. But it all starts with defensive rebounding, and they push the ball up the court right there. Medvedenko, again, he's only 23 years old. Big guys usually take a little bit longer, but good contest right there by Pargo. Excellent outlet, and you see Medvedenko outrun the big guys of San Antonio. No communication by Rose or Duncan getting back in transition.
Rose picks up his 2nd personal foul. The knock on Medvedenko, Danny, has been that he is not into the game like he should be. Maybe his motivation is not there.
You know, see, I don't see that when I watch Medvedenko. I see a little bit of confusion and indecisiveness when he plays, and a little bit of inconsistency. But again, he's 23 years old. He's been a scorer his whole life, and they want him to play like Samaki Walker and Robert Horry, play within the triangle, play alongside Kobe and Shaq, and he's been a guy that's needed the ball and had the ball all the time. So it's just an adjustment. Again, they need to be patient with him because he is half the time an excellent player.
David Robinson back in for San Antonio. Duncan trying to work on Horry, who picks up his 3rd personal foul. On a night when they don't have Mark Madsen, they don't have Rick Fox, They don't have Shaquille O'Neal, a guy with the size of Horry. The presence of Horry makes a difference now with his third.
Well, the smarts of Horry, and you say smarts when he picks up his third foul as he tries to go through them, but he is a very, very smart basketball player. But they do have Samila Samaki.
Tim Duncan at the free throw line, his second trip tonight. NBA TNT Thursday coming up.
TV Guide proclaims Barkley is truly must-see TV.
I'll fight anybody for the right amount of money.
Don't miss Listen Up, Charles Barkley, with Ernie Johnson premiering Thursday night at 7.
I'll break it right here on TNT.
That's on Thursday on TNT with a good game to lead off. Toronto and the Washington Wizards. And then, of course, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers and the Sacramento Kings. Is a late game on TNT. Out of bounds, shot clock at 9. Kobe Bryant will come back in for Cardinal. So Robert Horry is on the bench with 3 personal fouls. Spurs are +8 in rebounding. No big surprise there. Medvedenko now +9 with the rebound by Duncan.
A good flash right there by Medvedenko. Just short-armed it a little bit.
Nice catch by Robinson. Steve Smith back in the game. Broken knees and all. Jackson trying to make a move. And the 6th turnover.
You know, Steve Jackson had an excellent exhibition season. He was drafted by, when I was coaching in Phoenix, by Phoenix Suns when he was 19 years old. A guy that didn't make it in the league has fought his way back into the league. Had an excellent exhibition season this year. Greg Popovich says doesn't always know what he's doing, but a very exciting player and thinks that they may have found a diamond in the rough.
Shot clock is at 6 as Bryant works on Jackson. And a foul called on Steven Jackson. Second year with the Spurs.
He was on the injured list most of last year. Didn't get a chance to play much, but because he's so young, he's athletic, he's really developed an outside shot. He's got a good future ahead of him. Just keep working hard.
Screened by Walker. Bryant dishing out to Shaw. Shot clock at 3. Brian Shaw with a Kobe Bryant. Rebound inside and out of bounds off San Antonio.
Reminiscent a little bit of the big offensive rebound Kobe got last year at San Antonio in the playoffs. The difference is you only got one there, didn't get the second effort for the basket, but Kobe playing inside, doing everything for the Lakers right now.
Bryant, last year's All-Star MVP, and a foul and counting as Kobe knocks it in. And Jackson picks up his second foul.
You know, Kobe was lucky that he got the call right then. It's the second time he's gone to the baseline, got the pump fake, and then he fades away from the defense rather than instigating the call. You see right here, he did this early and didn't get the call. Right there, he fades away. I mean, he just gets barely bumped by Steven Jackson right there, but he needs to make sure that he gets to the free throw line.
Kobe Bryant, in addition to the scoring that we all know that he excels in, tonight has collected 3 offensive rebounds.
He's doing everything. He's loving it. He's playing inside. That extra muscle right there, it gives you a lot of confidence when you go out there feeling like you could push anybody around. This is kind of like, you know, without Coach Thompson here tonight, I'm pushing you around.
You better watch out.
I feel like I'm a power forward here tonight.
Jackson top the baseline, missing the jam. Claxton has it, fresh 24 in the shot clock. Speedy Claxton, who has battled swelling on that left knee, takes it inside. Robinson handcuffed and a foul.
Excellent drive by Jackson right here. Loses control of the ball. Doesn't have enormous hands right there. Loses control of it a little bit. His hands all the way inside the rim. I have no idea how he misses that dunk. Speedy Claxton comes back. Beautiful dish off to David Robinson.
Walker picks up his second personal foul. Here's David Robinson at the free throw line, a career 73% free throw shooter. Missed a lot of last season in the playoffs because of the bad back. And they gave him every chance to come back, and some nights when they thought he couldn't. And and that hurt him in the series against Los Angeles.
And he's been a great ambassador in San Antonio for this organization, giving him a lot of credibility over his career, a lot of loyalty to the Spurs organization. I hope he has a great year, his last year.
Each team has hit a three-point shot so far. Bryant, little two-man game with Shaw, shot clock at 3. Brian Shaw working inside.
Well, they got to do anything to find a post-up game right there. Without Shaq and Rick Fox in the game, go to Brian Shaw, your point guard, to post up.
Claxton dishing to Steve Smith, who nails a three-point shot from outside.
He's one of the purest shooters in the game. That's the last guy on the floor right now that you want to leave for an open shot.
Bryant going behind his back to Walker. Medvedenko finding Shaw for the triple. Bryant, a fourth offensive rebound inside for Kobe Bryant. With a foul, and it's on Steven Jackson for a third time.
Well, Kobe just shoved and bogarted Steve Jackson right out of the way right there. But he's not intimidated by anyone. Just gives a little nudge to Jackson. He goes flying, and he goes right at Tim Duncan, says, block this.
They've changed it. They've taken it off Jackson. They put it on Tim Duncan, and Tim Duncan has 3 fouls. We take a break.
The NBA on TNT. Brought to you by Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme. It's chicken on a higher level. And by Sega Sports.
Well, here we have Kobe Bryant sitting right out here at the top of the key. Right down here in the corner is Brian Shaw playing the Shaq position. Kobe's going to dribble the ball over to the wing on this side over here and dump the ball inside to Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw is just going to back in the smaller, play like Shaq, inside, outside. They don't want to leave Kobe open on the perimeter. No weak side help. Brian Shaw gets an easy opportunity over Speedy Claxton.
Kobe Bryant to the free throw line, where he is 1 of 1 tonight. Lakers are now 8 of 10 from the stripe. San Antonio 9 of 14. And Kobe Bryant becomes the first player in the game to get in double figures. He's got 10.
And it was a big play by Kobe, not only the offensive rebound, but getting the 3rd foul on Tim Duncan. And Medvedenko gets another offensive rebound.
Kobe Bryant flies down the lane.
Huge play by Medvedenko. Just fell asleep right there, San Antonio. Not playing with any intensity right there on that rebound.
The Lakers led early by a single point. Since that time, San Antonio's been on top by as many as 9. Right now, the Spurs lead by 2. Devean George back in the game and picks up his 2nd personal foul. So Tim Duncan is on the bench with 3 fouls for the San Antonio Spurs. 13 minutes, only 1 of 5 from the field, and the aforementioned 3 fouls.
Well, if you're LA, you got to feel pretty good right now. Tim Duncan, you're worried about getting your guys in foul trouble. All of a sudden, Duncan's in foul trouble, and you're only down 2 with a very cold shooting first half.
Smith with the miss. Here comes Bryant racing the other way. Walker at his side, working it on Bowen outside to newly instated Derek Fisher. Parker back in the game for San Antonio. Samaki Walker. Rebound by David Robinson, who plucks his 6th of the game. Smith for 3. And Devean George fights for and gets the rebound. Steve Smith picks up the foul.
This looks like the Showtime Lakers getting the ball off the glass and running up the court. And Magic Johnson here. We haven't seen the Lakers fast break like this. Well, they're not scoring a lot in the fast break, but at least they're making an effort to get out.
Well, with Shaq gone, does that change or at least tweak the way this offense goes?
Absolutely. They run a lot more high post offense than low post offense. As you can see, they take turns posting up rather than just exclusively going to Shaq on the block, and they're trying to get out and run a little bit more. Shaq loves to get that. Shaq could be one of the great outlet passers of all times, but I think he likes the slower tempo.
I know his feet like the slower tempo.
Right, but you know what? If he, a couple good outlets, you know, make it easier for everybody else. As good as Kobe is in the open court, boy, I'd be working with Shaq in those outlets.
Game's first tie now at 33, so the Lakers have climbed back from a 9-point deficit. Here's David Robinson. And into Medvedenko, trying to curl his way inside. The foul goes on Medvedenko. That's his 2nd. Kobe Bryant, 12 points in the game so far for Los Angeles.
And he's just doing everything right there. He's taking the ball to the basket, driving. He's getting offensive rebounds. Spectacular circus shot right there. Just beating Stevie Jackson, getting to the free throw line. And right here, going straight inside. You can see he just has a great deal of confidence in that body and in the athleticism. And he's not intimidated by the San Antonio big guys inside.
Robinson hits both free throws. So he now has 7. Steve Smith has 7. Those are the 2 leading starting scorers, but it's been Malik Rose's 8, which leads San Antonio right now.
Very, very simple.
It's a foul, and they call it on Tony Parker, who picks up his first of the game.
Well, Joey's not going to take it from Kobe or Shaq. He's not going to take 20-year-old Tony Parker trying to talk to him about the play.
Well, he spoke to him in French.
Joey doesn't know one word of French.
Not a lot of English.
Joey knows a lot of those 4-letter words.
Duncan just 5 shots. David Robinson has only taken 2 shots. So on a night where Shaquille O'Neal doesn't play, Robinson's got 2 shots. Duncan's got a total of 7 shots from the 2 big players inside.
And well, you know, David Robinson's getting his shots off of offensive rebounding, but Tim Duncan, you know, that's the fear of playing in a motion offense. Sometimes the wrong guys are going to be taking shots.
Tony Parker on top. Fisher's on him. Shot clock is down to 7. Intercepted by Kobe Bryant. Took it away from Rose. Scoops it off. And Samaki Walker called for the charge.
Well, that's a tough play. Samaki Walker's got to recognize that, and I'm not so sure Kobe. I know he thought that Samaki was open, and he was for a split second, but I didn't. As soon as Kobe gave that ball up, I knew there was trouble, and that's 3 on Samaki.
So then the other Samaki, Sumaila Samaki, will come in. With Medvedenko, Kobe Bryant, Devean George, and Derek Fisher with 3.5 to play in the half. Parker with Smith, Rose, Robinson, and Bowen. Again, Tim Duncan on the bench with 3 fouls. Tony Parker. Mismatch with George, a screen by Rose, driving into Medvedenko. Another turnover. A 3-on-2. Bryant to Derek Fisher. Samaki. Los Angeles has their 2nd lead, and they're up by 2.
Oh, nice play by Samaki right there, just trailing Derek Fisher up the court.
We talked about Showtime. Lakers on the move, using turnovers. Now 8 by San Antonio, and getting back in the game this way.
Well, right here, Derek Fisher goes in, easy basket right there, but Samaki doesn't take it for granted that he's going to make it. Follows it up for an easy 2 with a big Samila.
We began the evening with the Los Angeles Lakers receiving their NBA championship rings for the 3rd year in a row. Kobe receiving his from Commissioner David Stern. Shaquille O'Neal followed. We thought you'd like to see a closer look at what these rings look like. In the center, 61 round yellow diamonds surrounded by a 1.5 carat amethyst. Those, of course, the Lakers colors. Also 8 diamonds on the top representing the 8 championships under owner Jerry Buss. 6 other diamonds representing the other 6 championships from the LA Minnesota Lakers. And then there's the banner that they raised to the rafters. And by the way, this diamond ring that you saw there was the biggest and best they've ever had. Shaq's the biggest size, 16.5.
16, that's somebody's waist size, let alone ring size.
Might be the size of Somali.
Yeah, that's right.
Somali with Samaki's waist size.
Samaki just picks up the foul from the Republic of Mali in Africa. It's in Northwest Africa. Los Angeles is on a 9-2 run right now. They've got their biggest lead, 37-35. Lakers were trailing by 9 throughout most of the first half to San Antonio. Tim Duncan is on the bench with 3 fouls, and a new player is in for Los Angeles. Their rookie from the University of Missouri, Kareem Rush, who they acquired in a trade with Toronto, who actually drafted him in the 1st round.
Excellent all-around scorer. Needs to become a better shooter, kind of like Ginobili. A good athlete and a good basketball player, but needs to become a pure shooter to play that 2 guard.
It's Ginobili.
Ginobili. You're going to be correcting me all year.
Say it with a flair. That's pickpocketed by Bowen. Spurs have not hit one from the floor in over 3 minutes, and there's a foul with Malik Rose trying to plant himself outside the lane. Picks up his third foul. So the leading scorer right now for the Spurs, Rose with 8 points and Robinson with 8 points. But Rose has 3 fouls, and Duncan is on the bench with 3, and Danny Ferry comes back in the game for San Antonio.
Well, this is the kind of game, because of the size that the Lakers have on the court right now, where Danny Ferry can get away with playing a little bit of 4 out there.
Samaki. 2.5 to play in the half here in Los Angeles. Rush to George with a nice fake on Ferry. There comes Parker, surrounded by gold jerseys, so he retreats to the side, straighten things out on offense, and finds Robinson.
Excellent transition defense there by the Lakers, and particularly Samaki, 7-footer that runs the floor excellent. But right there, he got a little schooling from the experienced David Robinson.
Robinson's got 10 points, 6 have come in the second quarter, and the Spurs back by a point. Kareem Rush for 3. And a rebound chased and retrieved by Bryant to Samaki through his hands into Smith. And wide open, Bruce Bowen, Ferry, Robinson. Mismatch on Devean George. With Parker getting a Robinson screen, which sets up that shot. And the Spurs keep it alive.
Parker still hasn't made a shot. He's getting some wide open looks.
0 of 7, Tony Parker.
Well, right here, Tony Parker with his great speed gets in the open court, gets a long rebound. You see all the Lakers, but look at Samaki's 7-footer. He almost runs Parker down from behind. What a great asset to have a center that gets back on defense like that.
Well, last season the Lakers held their opponents to the lowest field goal percentage in the NBA and 3-point percentage in San Antonio. Number 3 in points allowed, number 4 in field goal defense, as David Robinson can't hit. Devean George just picked up his 3rd foul for the Los Angeles Lakers. He'll leave, and Medvedenko comes back in for LA.
San Antonio, since the arrival of Tim Duncan and David Robinson together, they're always in the top 2 or 3 defensive teams in basketball.
Robinson has 11 points and 7 in the second quarter. Kobe Bryant leading all scorers with 12. Has it on Bowen, a bump, a shot. Robinson with the deflection inside. Shot clock is at 9. Kobe's doubled on the perimeter. Now just Bowen. And Kobe corkscrews inside, and a foul call.
I think Kobe was determined on that possession to make something happen. And he's just trying to torch Bruce Bowen right now.
On a night where the Lakers are playing without Shaquille O'Neal, they're shooting 28% from the field. They trail by just 2 to San Antonio. They got to feel pretty lucky in the first half.
Well, San Antonio, for a group that's had 5 starters coming back together, they're really struggling offensively.
A technical foul has been put on Bruce Bowen, who also picked up his 2nd personal foul. As you see, the well-traveled Bowen, who is thought of very highly, as we mentioned before, for his defense. He signed in July. Last year, he was on the All-NBA defensive team for the 2nd consecutive season. It's the drama of NASCAR on TNT this weekend. It's off to North Carolina Speedway. Pole qualifying. Happy hour. The Busch Race and Winston Cup action are exclusively on TNT. And for complete schedule information, log on to NASCAR.com. Danny Ainge and Craig Sager, Kevin Harlan. Opening night of the NBA here in the sold-out Staples Center in Los Angeles. Home of the champions, who, as Craig showed you moments ago, received their rings. Their 3rd consecutive title. Phil Jackson now has won 9 as a coach.
Unbelievable. That's fantastic.
9.
Phil's a great coach. He's had some incredible teams, but he does a great job of keeping them under control, keeping them all playing together. And just down the road, the Angels had their parade today. World Series champs.
David Robinson with the reverse. Oh, would have gone in. But they wipe it away in this tied game at 39. And a 3rd foul called on Sumaila Samaki. Phil Jackson, Craig Sager, makes $6 million a year, and every championship he wins, he gets a $2 million bonus.
He's also got a different focus this year. He's trying to be more positive with the team. I don't know what the reason is, whether he thinks that maybe this team is finally matured. He doesn't need to get on him as bad as he did before. He even said with Shaq out the first 7 games that he wouldn't be surprised if the team went 2-5. He's not trying to put any pressure on him. He knows that once the playoffs begin, and of course the finals, that's where he really needs to push the button. He was also very impressed with the Anaheim Angels, the way they showed so much passion, the way they played, and he used that as a message to his team. Kevin?
Thank you, Craig. Inside, Samaki lost it. That is the 7th turnover for Los Angeles, 9 for San Antonio. And here comes Bowen, final half minute of the first half.
I just want to know if Mark Madsen was down there dancing at the Angels parade today.
Robinson picks up his 3rd personal foul. And of course, we've got Duncan on the bench with 3 personal fouls as well. No fouls to give either way here in the final 24 seconds. Coming up in the Verizon Wireless halftime report, EJ, Kenny Charles, and Magic Johnson will have scores and highlights from tonight's opening action of this NBA 2002-2003 season. Tracy Murray back in with Fisher, Rush, Medvedenko, and Bryant.
How come Magic wasn't there to get his ring tonight?
He's the vice president of the team, always part of the team. They'll give us a reason. We'll go back to Atlanta and they'll tell us why. Parker's on Fisher. Shot clock and game clock are exactly alike. Here comes Kobe Bryant in a thicket into Kareem Rush. And Kareem Rush with his first 2 NBA points. Tony Parker trying to beat the buzzer. Good if it went. And he fails.
Tough first half for Tony Parker.
Now, Robinson for San Antonio's got 3 fouls, as does Tim Duncan. Tony Parker goes 0 of 8 shooting from the floor. They need his scoring. Shaq not playing for Los Angeles. We're tied at 41. The Verizon Wireless halftime report is next. Let's send it over to Craig Sager.
Well, Kobe Bryant leading scorer with 14. But you got to tell me about that basket you got Kareem Rush for his first NBA score.
Yeah, it's just important to try to get the young guys involved. We're going through a stretch here. We're going to need everybody to contribute. And I was happy for him. I thought he was going to dunk it.
You're going to the hole so much tonight. Obviously not intimidated by Robinson and also not intimidated by Duncan. What are you trying to do without Shaq?
Well, we're trying to create a situation where we get him in foul trouble. More importantly, it's important for us to bang the boards, get a lot of offensive rebounds. That's what Shaq bailed us out a lot. We take a lot of outside shots, and you come in and rescue us with offensive rebounds. And it's important that we try to do a little bit of the same.
All right, thanks a lot. Let's go back to Kevin.
Thank you. A game high 14 points for Kobe Bryant, 13 for David Robinson. But for some foul issues, San Antonio sticking right there with the world champions on opening night. We're tied at 41 as we take you from Los Angeles across the country to our studios in Atlanta with Ernie Johnson. EJ.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Time for the Verizon Wireless halftime report. Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, Laker Vice President Magic Johnson.
You got a lot of hats on. You got to wear a lot of hats there. So.
And
different hats.
A man who quite honestly said before this game began that he expected the Lakers to fall down by 20. Emotional night. You get your rings. You don't have Shaquille O'Neal playing. So why is it 41-41?
Well, San Antonio surprised me because I think you have sometimes statement games. And I thought that if they're going to be one of the teams that take us out, in terms of take the Lakers out, I should say.
Yeah, you don't say us. Yeah.
They're supposed to come in here into the Staples Center without Shaquille and dominate play, and I haven't seen that domination tonight as of yet. I know Tim Duncan is in foul trouble, so that's taken a lot away from them, but they're supposed to be blowing us out right now. I feel that they haven't gotten into their game. And, Tony Parker has surprised me because he really destroyed our team in the playoffs last season. The Lakers just didn't have no answer for him.
Yeah, his quickness did bother. He missed a lot of easy layups tonight, but you look at the Lakers, and Kobe said it at the end of the half, that offensively they would miss Shaq, offensive rebounds. But obviously, to me, defensively is where they really miss him, and that's the biggest thing. There's no resistance because here, Samaki Walton, his defense is on cruise control here, but he just get backed into the paint and just get laid by Malik Rose. That doesn't happen when Shaq's in the game because Shaq, one, is going to come over and block the shot, or if Malik Rose and they play him at center sometime, would not back Shaq into the paint. Defensively, they miss him a lot.
Charles, impressions of the first 24?
Greg Popovich has, I agree with Irv, Greg Popovich has to be a little disappointed. His team is not playing with great fire. They're just flat. And anytime you play against the best team or a great team, they don't have their best player, it's tough for you to get going, but they've got to find a way. This should be a statement game.
In game one of our doubleheader, the score was 51-51 at the half. In game two, it's 41-41.
What's that mean? What's that mean, Ernie?
So I just throw that out there because I know it's kind of like skeet shooting for you. You like to shoot that one down just because it's interesting. It's just...
It's not interesting for anybody but you.
When we come back, he only played 18 games the last 2 years. Who am I talking about?
Grant Hill.
Right. Well, he was back tonight for the Orlando Magic in game one of our doubleheader, which was tied 51-51 at the half.
I'm glad you didn't say somebody else. That's about $2 million a game, man. You got set up for a joke and didn't know it.
The Verizon Wireless Halftime Report is presented by Verizon Wireless, official wireless provider of the NBA.
Can you hear me now? Good.
We welcome you back to the Verizon Wireless Halftime Report.
We get a free phone.
It's too early in the season to
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Now we do. Allen Iverson, the first bucket of the season. And now we just zip ahead to the fourth quarter. Grant Hill. How do you think he looked tonight?
Great. He looked great. He looked quick. He looked explosive. He looked confident.
And him and Tracy McGrady really worked well together. Tracy just really took over the fourth quarter, scored 8 in the quarter, and had 31 in the game. A superstar. Boy, he's very talented.
Hit 13 out of 24 from the floor. Grant Hill, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists.
You know, one thing Philadelphia positive, Keith Van Horn had a good game. When him and Allen Iverson get on the same page, they're going to be tough to handle.
Iverson only 7 out of 25, as you see there, but Van Horn with 19 in his Philadelphia debut. Cleveland and Sacramento playing even as we speak, and that is Jerry Eves, who's coaching the Cavs.
One of them playing.
Because John Lucas is suspended for that workout of the high schooler LeBron James.
Well, he got to know where he's going to play him next year. But this year for Cleveland is a trial year. Get our guys some experience who are young and energetic and who have a lot of potential. Let's see if they can fulfill that potential.
Got rid of their top 3 scorers, and it kind of reflected their 59 points.
With Sacramento doing what they're supposed to do to Cleveland.
Right, and they got my man Smush Parker.
Yeah, somebody's getting a little run tonight.
Yeah, Smush is getting a run tonight.
So
Smush Parker. Yeah, he's a rookie.
There are a lot of guys out there who were not,
like
on draft night, didn't hear their names called, yet you still see them. You know, they work their way into the league somehow over here. You got a couple guys on your bunch.
Yeah, Fargo and Kareem Rush and Samaki.
Yeah, I mean,
Samaki number 2.
You know, the thing is, with the way basketball is now with the foreign competition, there's a lot of good basketball players out there. You just got to find them. Because, you know, a lot of people, you have to get some breaks to make it in the NBA. Number one, if you're really good, you're going to make it. But other guys who just work hard, some guys develop late. I didn't even know who the kid was from Auburn tonight. Who played in Orlando.
And you went to Auburn.
The funny thing, I was there. I didn't go in a class there.
We've got to go. I'd love to hear what you got to say.
I'll tell you after this show.
Hey, that'll be great. Nobody needs to hear it. Back with more on the Verizon Wireless Halftime Report. It'll just between me and you.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, this game is tied just like the first one was at halftime.
Oh, my. Ooh, that's tough right there.
Yeah, beautiful.
TNT, we know drama.
Welcome back to exclusive TNT NBA coverage tonight from the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, home of the world champions. We came back from 9 down to take a 2-point lead, and now we're at the start of the third quarter, tied at 41 apiece. The game high, 14 points so far, Danny Ainge from Kobe Bryant.
Well, Stevie Jackson right there didn't go to college, gave him a quick education. Right here, he's trying to get the all-defensive team with the steal. Here, great penetration at the end of the half, getting Kareem Rush his first NBA basket.
There's some foul issues now to contend with. Tim Duncan's got 3. David Robinson's got 3 fouls. Malik Rose, who came off the bench, he's in a little bit of foul trouble right now. And How are the Spurs going to combat that in the second half?
Well, they got to score, first of all. I mean, their defense has been okay. They're in foul trouble, but their offense has been inept. And Tony Parker's a guy that really has to start it. He's got to make some shots and make them honor the outside part of the game. And Tim Duncan needs a lot more touches.
Well, we think that the NBA is the biggest story right now. No. Thursday night, it's Listen Up with Charles Barkley. And we think this is big. Look how big it is in Los Angeles. He is plastered all over the city, all over Southern California. Heck, he's all over the country. And he's coming Thursdays right here on TNT. Listen Up with Ernie Johnson. We'll be listening up.
They should be shut up.
Let's go to Craig. Let's go to Craig Stager.
Well, at halftime, Charles Barkley and Magic Johnson said Coach Popovich had to be very disappointed with the way his team was playing. Well, that is an understatement. He said he is not only very disappointed, he's embarrassed. He said we played horrible. The offense is not anything like we practiced. I don't care if they have foul trouble. That's not an excuse whatsoever. I'm very disappointed, and we played terrible.
Here comes Devean George at the other end with a good feed. And the Lakers have a 2-point lead, which equals their biggest tonight. The Spurs out there with Duncan, Parker, Bowen, Smith, and David Robinson. And from the floor, they're shooting 35% for the game. They go inside. Duncan rejected by Samaki.
Now, you can say all you want how disappointed. These guys are playing hard at the defensive end. They held the Lakers to 30% shooting. That's a sign of a team that came to play. Right here, Samaki comes over from the weak side, or he's getting foul trouble, just throws that ball into the first row. The Lakers' defense has been excellent, and the San Antonio Spurs haven't played against this kind of defense throughout the entire exhibition season.
Tony Parker, 0 of 8. Here's Tim Duncan, who is 1 of 6 shooting with 3 rebounds. It'll go back to Los Angeles, and they're 5. Fisher, Bryant, Sumaila, Sumaki, Robert Horry, and Devean George. Again, Shaquille O'Neal out the first 7 games of the season with an injured toe. Rick Fox suspended for the first 6 games because of his fight last week with Doug Christie of Sacramento. Mark Madsen is out. 2 starters are gone for Los Angeles to begin this season. And through the first 24 minutes of this game, Danny Ainge, here are some of your numbers in this season opening tilt. Second foul just put on Tony Parker.
That is terrible shooting, 35 and 30%. Again, both teams very good defensively. They're just struggling a little bit offensively. There's one guy, Kobe Bryant's leading scorer, but he's 5 for 16 from the field. San Antonio has to be very happy with the fact that Kobe Bryant's 5 for 16. No one's tearing it up, and defensively, they're just way ahead of the offense right now.
Looking inside for Tim Duncan, who's playing some twister with Samaki and Robert Horry. And Robert Horry's got some foul trouble, too. He's got 3, and Samaki now, with the most of anybody in the game, he's got 4 personal fouls. Why start that Samaki as opposed to the other Samaki?
Just for this very reason. You don't want to get your veterans in foul trouble. You want to have your veteran players to be able to finish the game, and they tried to buy as much time as they could with Samaki. Phil's getting him out. I'm a little surprised even with the 4 fouls, but he has to because Samaki Walker and Robert Horry both have 3.
So Samaki Walker is back in. Here comes Tim Duncan with a floater as he works inside on Robert Horry.
Well, no shot blocking in there right now, and Robert Horry and Samaki Walker in foul trouble. They've got to just take advantage of their size inside.
Kobe Bryant's got 14 points, dazzling inside and kicking it outside to Fisher. Rebound by Steve Smith.
You know, it was a good play by Kobe, all fancy and everything, but still, Fisher took a shot that was very well contested at the 3-point line.
Kobe picks up a foul.
And I didn't think that was a foul. I thought Kobe did a great job of fighting over the top of that screen. He's really impressing me with his energy out there defensively. Watch Kobe. He does a good job. School slides his hips through, does a great job of fighting over that screen. What did he do? Foul him with his stomach?
Doesn't have a stomach. He's lost it all over the summer.
Got a 6-pack.
Steve Smith. And Smith now with 9 points. How about players now, Danny, adding all this extra muscle? You like it?
I do like it as long as you don't lose quickness in shooting. I've seen a lot of guys gain upper body strength that come up with stress fractures in their lower legs. Their bodies aren't capable of taking it. Kobe's got good legs, a good foundation. I think that he's okay. But, you know, strength is obviously an advantage as long as you don't lose what you already have.
Well, obviously, you didn't lift weights and don't now, so I'm asking you that question.
Yeah, no one's ever accused me of using steroids. Or even creatine.
Anything else?
I've been accused accused of taking an amphetamine every now and then.
Bowen could not convert. I think you got a natural thing going there. We need to bottle that stuff. Here's Bryant looking at the Horry. Touch pass to Walker. Samaki Walker's got 5.
Excellent passing right there. Beautiful, unselfish play by Robert Horry, finding Samaki Walker wide open.
Spurs +6 in rebounding. Bowen goes down. Samaki Walker was over there trying to work him.
Kobe again, he tries to draw the team. He's got 2 guys on him right there. Finds the open man, Horry. Horry smart enough to know that Tony Parker right on his back. Very unselfishly gives it to Walker, the right play.
Samaki Walker now has 4 personal fouls. Medvedenko, the third-year player, will now check in for Los Angeles. So the 2 Samakis have got a little bit of foul concern for Coach Phil Jackson, and Medvedenko will retake the floor.
I might be able to pronounce a name out there right now, except unfortunately they substitute for Medvedenko.
Duncan with the screen, and Parker has gone 0 of 9. Kobe Bryant 5 of 16 shooting. Slashing inside. Oh, Kobe couldn't get it to go. And Smith the other way, a 1-on-2, driving into George. And a foul called on Devean George, number 4 on him. We're going to run out of players.
We're running out of players. Maybe we'll get to see Kareem Rush play and get some tempo with Pargo in the game and Tracy Murray hitting those bombs. But hey, they're dropping like flies on the Laker bench.
Steve Smith at the free throw line. He is coming off a season where he shot 88% from the stripe a year ago, 84% in his career. And the Detroit native missing his first. Tracy Murray will check back in the game for the Los Angeles Lakers as Devean George will leave. So the 3 players who had seen a lot of time early on now back on the bench. Phil Jackson in Los Angeles. Lakers returned 10 members of last year's championship team.
And I like their additions. Tracy Murray could be a great shooter for them. Pargo, excellent first-round draft pick. Kareem Rush. I think he's going to need some grooming, some time on the court in this triangle offense, but I think he's going to be a big asset for him.
Medvedenko. Robinson watches him take it into the paint. Foul with a little hand check on David Robinson. Spurs lead by 1. They've led by as many as 9. David Robinson just picked up his 4th personal foul of the game. Bryant's 14 leads Los Angeles and the game. David Robinson with his 13 points. And Tim Duncan, you can see with 8. Duncan last year averaged over 25 points a game.
Well, you don't see David complain a lot. He did not think that he got the foul on that play. Great first half by Duncan. Only 16 minutes, 13 points, and 8 rebounds. Doing an excellent job against the Lakers. He showed up to play tonight.
Medvedenko hits his first personal foul. Malik Rose will check back in. Some say he was a better band player when in high school in Philadelphia than he was a basketball player. Scholarships for college band work. 47-46 the champions. The Lakers on top by 1. Horry watches Duncan. Doubled by Fisher. Leaning inside, he dives to the rack for 2.
Well, I don't understand. Tony Parker hasn't made a shot from the outside yet. Robert Horry's got 3 fouls. The whole bench is in foul trouble. They're going to let Tim Duncan play one-on-one. The trap came way late that time.
Medvedenko tries to take it inside on Duncan. It's caught by Rose. He gets it out to Tony Parker. Malik Rose, 2 of 3 from the field, 8 points in 12 minutes. Duncan's got 10. Parker 0 of 8, make it 0 of 9, and now 0 of 10.
I was thinking you were saying 0 of 9 while the ball was in the air.
Tracy Murray hits a 3.
So many people talk about Tracy Murray being able to make them pay for the double teams on Kobe and Shaq, but transition basketball is the hardest time to find three-point shooters, especially when you got some great wing players like Kobe and a point guard that can really push it.
13 San Antonio turnovers. Bryant to Robert. What a pass by
Well, good steal at the defensive end. Transition basketball right here. Kobe again drawing so much attention. Tracy Murray filling the lane. Robert Horry all the way into the basket.
Lakers have their biggest lead tonight.
The NBA on TNT. Brought to you by Miller Lite. And by NBA Live 2003 from EA Sports. Experience freestyle control.
What's the estimate? 12.2 million.
When the stakes are high, you have to know your enemy better than you know yourself.
If I'm there, you are going down.
Don't miss the drama in Heat. See it Saturday night at 8 on TNT.
Well, it's been 7 weeks since Shaquille O'Neal had the surgery on his right big toe. He told us before the game that he started rehab yesterday. The rehab is very limited. It's 2 miles running, rather 2 minutes of running, 8 minutes of walking, then 2 minutes of running and 8 minutes of walking. But the problem occurs when he starts to try to play basketball, because when he plays basketball, he's going to have to run and jump on that foot. And right now he says it feels fine, but we're not going to know how successful the surgery is until he starts putting more weight on it.
Thank you, Craig. At the other end, Malik Rose crashing hard. Tracy Murray trying to vacuum in the loose ball. Gets it off to Samaki Walker. Here comes Fisher. Buckle up for Kobe, who is running off the wing. Fisher didn't see him. Robert Horry is there. And outside, Fisher for three. Tim Duncan the rebound.
And that's a terrible shot for Fisher right there. Kobe Bryant has Speedy Claxton on his back. And Fisher shoots a jumper.
Steve Smith curling inside.
Steve Smith finding a way to get to the basket. The cagey veteran. He knows how to score.
Lakers with Horry, Fisher, Tracy Murray, Kobe Bryant, and Samaki Walker.
How about Tracy Murray diving for that loose ball there on the floor?
He had hip surgery too this offseason, but he tested the hip there. Robert Horry, Tracy Murray. 3-second violation. And the turnover to San Antonio.
Right here, Steve Smith doing a good job, just weaving his way to the basket. Still 6'8", long arms. Finds a way without any vertical to get it in.
Speedy Claxton has taken the place of Tony Parker, who's 0 of 10. Claxton out there with Smith, Rose, Duncan, and Bruce Bowen. He gets it to Tim Duncan, playing with 3 fouls. In on Robert Horry. And the pick by Walker. Ahead it goes to Kobe Bryant. He meets Claxton, got a screen and a nice crush from Walker, but can't convert. And Duncan with a rebound. He now has 6.
See, I think that's a shot you got to go up to look to shoot, and if you see a guy open, you pass it. Kobe went up to pass and was forced to shoot.
Smith to Duncan. Working on Walker, doubled by Bryant. Outside, Speedy Claxton. Dives down the lane. Walker with a second consecutive rebound.
There's some serious bricks being tossed right there by San Antonio. And they could build their new arena right now with just the shots they're missing.
Lakers are shooting 31. Kobe Bryant has 16 points.
Horry doing a good job. 3 fouls in this half. Duncan made 1 easy move on it, but he's getting some help. They're coming down and helping when he puts the ball on the floor, but still, good job of positioning.
Malik Rose with the drive down the lane and a foul.
But San Antonio's not going to be a good team unless Claxton, Tony Parker, Stevie Jackson, Bruce Bowen, all those guys can make some shots. It doesn't do any good to have great speed and athleticism if you can't shoot.
Samaki Walker just picked up his 5th personal foul. It's opening night here in Los Angeles and around the NBA. The majority of the schedule and teams will play tomorrow night. You're watching exclusive NBA coverage on TNT with Danny Ainge and Craig Sager, Kevin Harlan. So Samaki Walker heads over there to the Phil Jackson bench with 5 fouls, and they bring back in Medvedenko. Lakers at the ring ceremony earlier tonight. Tribute to the late Chick Hearn, the longtime and respected voice of the Lakers. And the quest for 4, march for 4 consecutive championships begins tonight against San Antonio. Tracy Murray with Bowen all over him. Caught by Rose, ahead to Smith, and under 4 to play here in the 3rd. Horrible shooting 3rd quarter for both teams.
Absolutely. And, you know, San Antonio, we talked about the Lakers being happy in the first half. San Antonio's got to be thrilled with where they are right now. Tie game.
Speedy Claxton now has 4. Tim Duncan tonight has put in 10, 6 rebounds. Kobe Bryant's got 16. Nice move on Bowen as Kobe took it inside. Bowen trying to stick with him, just picked up his 3rd personal foul.
Bruce Bowen's feeling that extra muscle. He thinks Kobe pushed up right here. Great crossover move, and Kobe just kind of leans in right there. Bowen didn't do a lot. Just a little bit awkward and not a good position. That's why he got the call.
How far, Danny, is Kobe Bryant right now from what Michael Jordan was? In a variety of areas, and I'll let you pick out what you want to look at.
Well, you know, Kobe's got the skills, maybe even more skills than Michael had. He's not quite as good a shooter as Michael was. He's not as tough, and he doesn't have the leadership skills than Michael. But he's gaining.
Is he far away?
No, he's like I said, I mean, his skill level is probably ahead of Michael's at this stage. But Michael just had that intensity about him. And, you know, you're seeing some of it in Kobe tonight. Kobe's really confident in his game. It's really improved, and his body's giving him even more confidence.
Danny Ferry missing a 3. Here comes Bryant with Horry and Medvedenko and Fisher ahead of him. Both teams shooting in the low 30s. Fisher to Bryant, going on him again. Medvedenko will set a screen, which opens up that shot for Kobe Bryant. A rebound by Malik Rose. The San Antonio Spurs +7 in rebounding. Turnover-prone Spurs with 15 turnovers, and the Lakers with 11. A timeout taken with the 2-point Los Angeles lead.
On opening night of the new season, some questions. Can Grant Hill stay healthy for the whole year? Can Dallas find some defense before playoff time? Keep your eyes on Memphis rookie Drew Gooden. Atlanta guarantees the playoffs to their fans. Interesting. And finally, the biggest sweepstakes short of the trophy is for high schooler LeBron James.
Earlier tonight in Orlando, the Magic winning over the Philadelphia 76ers. Those are the numbers for Tracy McGrady. Grant Hill tonight, 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. Inside Malik Rose, muscling for 2.
Well, it took him all day. It almost was a 3-second violation before Bruce Bowen saw him. Malik Rose was there, wide open right away. You can just see they're just a little bit out of sync in their offensive execution.
Lakers have led by 4. San Antonio has led by 9. Robert Horry with a good fake by Danny Ferry. Bryant coming in, but Medvedenko sweeps it up and puts it in.
And a good play by Robert Horry. He was tricked a little bit. Thought he could get some contact, but he followed his shot, kept it alive for the easy chance for Medvedenko.
David Robinson on the bench with 4 fouls. Duncan has played the second half with 3. Bowen looking inside for Tim Duncan, who has 10 points and 6 rebounds. Kobe Bryant in the game tonight, 18 points. Leads all scorers, and 7 rebounds for Kobe, half of which have come on the offensive glass.
But they've done a good job, though, Kevin. You know, they're holding Kobe 6 for 20 from the field, and that's pretty good. He's going to get his points because he's going to get the FGAs. But right now, you can see San Antonio, they're kind of going to their motion offense. They're just going strictly to Tim Duncan.
Kobe Bryant at the other end. It was a drive down court led by rookie free agent Gennaro Pargo.
And he's the fastest at pushing the ball, like we've said a few times tonight, but it all starts with the Laker defense and the inept San Antonio offense.
Lakers equal their biggest lead of 4. Speedy Claxton. Rebound by Bowen. Around Medvedenko, counted for 2 and a foul.
And that's a basket that is very fortunate. You know, a lot of missed outside shot opportunities. You can see they're just trying. Bruce Bowen misses the shot off the glass. They give up a fast break. If they don't get the ball to Duncan, they're just not getting any quality offensive possessions if the ball doesn't get inside.
Medvedenko just picked up the foul. That's his 3rd. At the free throw line is Bruce Bowen. Last year, a 47% free throw shooter. Career 57. Tomorrow night on ESPN at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Wizards and Raptors in game 1, followed by Lakers and Blazers. Thursday night, exclusively on TNT, Celtics against Washington, and the Blazers at the Sacramento Kings.
I'm curious to see how that Wizard team, with all the changes they made in the offseason, Michael coming back, that's going to be a fun team. On paper, they should be pretty good.
Jerry Stackhouse, Larry Hughes. Here comes Speedy Claxton. Weaving by Pargo and takes it inside where he's fouled.
And that's the kind of spark they need. You know, Speedy does a great job. We saw earlier at Hofstra, Letterman's assists and steals. Excellent open court player, great quickness.
Why does Philadelphia get rid of Claxton?
Well, you know, he's had a lot of injuries, and they have Eric Snow. But right here, you see him denying the ball on the weak side. Just anticipates the pass to the outside shoulder in that pinch post. Gets the easy opportunity. But, you know, Kevin, they're just loaded. They have Allen Iverson, a small guard. Claxton and Iverson aren't a good combo because they're both too small. And then Eric Snow is an excellent point guard. Just a lot of numbers there at that position.
Do you like the moves that San Antonio has done with their team, bringing back Steve Kerr, Speedy Claxton, Kevin Willis?
Well, yeah, I mean, these guys played a lot better in the offseason, or in the exhibition season, Kevin. You know, Claxton hasn't done all that much tonight. Parker has not improved. Ginobili hasn't had a chance to play a lot, coming back from a bad ankle, not 100%. I think when they get all their pieces done, they're more athletic, and they do have more depth than ever before. But there's another steal by Claxton. That's exactly what they need to get going.
And he puts it in, leaping over Pargo. 8 points for Claxton in the game. 6 have come in this third quarter. And that's given San Antonio a 3-point lead. A little full court press with less than a minute to play in the third.
And you know, Pargo showing some rookie-itis out there a little bit. Claxton doing a good job defensively, but I don't think those steals happen if Derek Fisher's in the game right now.
Kobe Bryant's got 20. Danny Ferry lost it with a poke away by Kobe Bryant, who picks up the foul.
And right here, Claxton, you see, he's just anticipating. He fakes it, Kobe right there, leaves the lane open, and like a good defensive player with great anticipation, does a good job. At the other end, Ginobili does an excellent job of defending Kobe, causing the turnover.
We talk about Ginobili playing in his first NBA game. We talked about Claxton just in his second year. When you were a player, what did you find was the biggest difference between preseason basketball and the beginning of the regular season?
Well, I think it's just these games count, and there's pressure. You know, there's a lot of guys that are excellent exhibition players, and the veteran players don't really come to play every single time. There are some guys, obviously there's some exceptions, but I sense, Kevin, that from the 80s to the 90s to 2000, the exhibition season and training camp has become less and less important, it appears, with all the injuries and all the guys kind of resting and cruising through exhibition season. You can see a lot of rust on these teams as the defensive intensity really picks up when the games count.
More intensity, say, in practice than in the actual games, maybe.
Yeah, but, you know, you practice you're playing against. You get a comfort level of playing against the same guys over and over again. And then exhibition, the intensity is just not the same when you're playing against a lot of guys that are trying to make teams. Here, your top players are playing. The intensity means something. The games mean something, and you can see the intensity level.
Spurs do have a foul to give. Had a shot before Kevin Willis, who has checked in the game. Kobe's got 22, along with 7 rebounds. 8 from Kobe Bryant in this third quarter. Claxton, look how fast he is with the run. Tapped by Rose, picked up Medvedenko. Robert Horry, good if it goes. And that takes us to the end of the third quarter. Kobe Bryant has 22 points through 3 quarters. He has led the Lakers in scoring over the last year in every game against San Antonio, and doing it tonight. You're watching exclusive NBA coverage on TNT from the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles with Danny Ainge and Craig Sager. This is Kevin Harlan. Lakers finished last season 3 games in back of the top team in the West, Sacramento. And Danny, the Lakers are not favored again in the Western Conference. Sacramento probably would have I think the nod of a lot of experts to win the conference again this season.
Well, you got to figure Shaq's only going to play probably 60 games and get ready for the playoffs, and he'll have another spurt where he takes a rest as well. That's my prediction. So Sacramento, San Antonio, I think, do have an advantage in the regular season, but, you know, Phil Jackson's going to be thrilled to death, like we said. If they could be 2-5 or 3-4 in these first 7 games, that's a moral victory.
That's a throwaway by Claxton. Is out there with Rose, Duncan, Ferry, and Ginobili. Lakers out there with Shaw, Robert Horry, Gennaro Pargo, Medvedenko, and Kobe Bryant. We begin the fourth quarter with Kobe slashing inside around Rose and trying to scoop it home in a foul call.
And just off the penetration, when Kobe gets in the open court coming at you with a head of steam, he's so excellent at handling the ball and with his body control. And right here, he sets a screen. He just goes away from the screen. Duncan way out there to show, nowhere near the basket. Ginobili's got to make him use the screen if Duncan's there to help on the trap.
Danny Ferry picks up the personal foul. Kobe Bryant, who finished last season as the number 6 scorer in the NBA, is his team becoming more his team? Maybe not less Shaq's, but even more of a Bryant influence.
Well, you know, we're seeing Tim Duncan's having a tough time getting catches. When you have a guard that can create offense from the perimeter and from the post, it's harder to take him out of the game than it is Tim Duncan. And so, you know, with Shaq even, you know, I think Shaq would love to see Kobe step up more, and I think Kobe has earned his stripes.
Tim Duncan. Inside, can't get it to go. Duncan tonight has gone 3 of 11 from the field. Uncharacteristic shooting for Tim Duncan. He's got 5. And the Los Angeles Lakers lead by a point.
It seems like Robert Horry waits a lot of times in the fourth quarter to play. And I know that Phil Jackson doesn't want to overexpose him and play too many minutes with him at his age and with his sore knees.
Danny Ferry knocks in a triple.
That's huge. And again, we talked about it earlier, but if Danny Ferry could have knocked down a couple of those in the playoffs last year, if he didn't have that fractured wrist, you know, you might have seen the San Antonio Spurs go 7 games and possibly even upset the Lakers.
Here comes Bryant working on the NBA rookie Ginobili. They move by him into Duncan, who gets the block. Loose ball. Bryant with those quick hands trying to reel it in. And San Antonio will get it back.
Well, when Duncan's catching the ball, he's drawing a lot of attention right there. Horry's doing a good job. He just needs to go a little bit earlier, but the guys are just late there getting help. Robert Horry's going to have a tough time stopping him if he gets those quality of touches the rest of this quarter.
Duncan, 10 points and 8 rebounds.
Speedy Claxton's been huge here since he's come off the game with a couple of steals and some easy baskets. Good penetration right there.
Rose, triple teamed and a foul. They have Medvedenko and Horry.
And Phil Jackson's very upset because he thought that Malik Rose got away with a travel right there.
Medvedenko picks up his 4th personal. Malik Rose will be at the free throw line for the San Antonio Spurs. Coming off his best season in his 7-year NBA career. San Antonio now tonight from the free throw line has gone 23 of 32. Los Angeles 19 of 24. Rose 13 points off the bench to lead all bench scoring tonight.
He's an excellent, really improved his offensive game from the outside and from the inside. And he's always been able to defend and rebound.
Medvedenko twisting on Duncan. Foul on Medvedenko.
Silly foul right there. Frustrated for missing the shot. You cannot get those cheap fouls, especially when your bench is so depleted as it is. Samaki's already got 5.
Medvedenko's got 5. And Samaki Walker will check back in.
This is a little bit surprising right here. Samaki Walker's got 5 fouls. He's coming back in the game. Medvedenko, he'd rather go to the bench right now.
What would you do?
Probably leave Medvedenko in, save Samaki Walker. He's the more experienced player. He's played against San Antonio, so he's had a more experience playing against this team.
San Antonio with Duncan diving inside the lane. San Antonio is shooting 38% and the Lakers shooting 33%. were sent for the game. 4 fouls now on Robert Horry. And at the free throw line is Tim Duncan. Thursday night, exclusive NBA TNT coverage.
TV Guide proclaims Barkley is truly must-see TV.
I'll fight anybody for the right amount of money.
Don't miss Listen Up, Charles Barkley, with Ernie Johnson premiering Thursday night at 7.
I'll break it right here on TNT.
TNT. Duncan. Kobe Bryant with the game-high 23 the other way. And Ginobili draws the foul. He's 25, although he is an NBA rookie. Is Ginobili, an Italian League MVP 2 straight years, a 3-time All-Star in that league, and a second-round pick by San Antonio. And the Spurs were telling me before the game they began scouting him in 1997.
I like what I see out of him tonight. He's done an excellent job on Kobe. That was even a questionable call right there. Did a good job of moving his feet and containing him.
Claxton to Ginobili, who takes it and slams it home.
And you can tell also, watching him and shoot around this morning and watching him warm up before the game, he's not 100% with that ankle.
And a foul on Ginobili, who tries to work inside on Kobe Bryant. You mentioned Speedy Claxton often in this contest. That's because Tony Parker has gone 0 of 10. Steve Smith is being looked at on the sideline. A developing story, and Craig Sager will update that when we come back.
Finally, on the Spurs, we get some ball movement. We see Speedy Claxton coming off of the dribble on the high pick and roll. The defense is sucked in, having to defend Malik Rose from the time before. The pass is made to Ginobili over on the right wing, who gets some penetration on the weak side. As Speedy comes off the screen, they have to suck in. The defense is all guarding Rose on the inside. Ginobili, quick decision, sees Danny Ferry hustling down to the corner right here. Beautiful play, a cross-court pass. Danny Ferry, one of the most deadly shooters in the league. Great play by Ginobili. Danny Ferry execute. Good ball movement by the Spurs.
Steve Kerr has checked in for the first time as they continue to work on Steve Smith on the San Antonio sideline. Samaki Walker. Robert Horry's down the lane with the left-handed hook.
Oh, that was a tough shot. I think Robert Horry was looking for someone to pass, was kind of left up in the air, finished with his left hand. Beautiful play by Horry.
7 points for Robert Horry. The Spurs bench has scored 6 of their 7 fourth-quarter points, and they go inside to Tim Duncan on a feed from Rose, and Duncan is 3 of 12.
An excellent defensive play by Robert Horry right there, causing Duncan to go off balance with his lower body.
Now the mismatch, Pargo on Duncan. Knocked away by Ginobili. Ahead to Claxton. Devean George is trailing and down the lane. And Devean George is in foul trouble, so he hesitated there to go swiping the ball away.
You know what? Foul trouble, so what? They got guys on the bench. Devean George is no Kobe Bryant or Shaq. Go out there and try to block that shot. That's too easy.
Under 8 to play in the fourth quarter. Samaki Walker across the lane. Duncan rejects the attempt. And Ginobili comes to Kerr, Claxton, along with Malik Rose. Tim Duncan down low.
Now, Samaki Walker's been in the league too long to have one move on the post. He's got to jump up with his right hand. Tim Duncan knows that. He's played against him. We saw it in the exhibition game the other night.
Horry with the rebound. Lakers are -5 in rebounding. Pargo knocks in a long-range shot.
Well, Pargo, no, he's got the green light right now, especially with Kobe on the bench. Time to come down and pull up in transition. They know they're not going to get too much in their half-court offense. The triangle doesn't look so good with Kobe and Shaq out.
Pargo with his first 2 NBA points. Rebound by Walker. Ginobili takes the ball and keeps it alive for San Antonio.
Beautiful play by Ginobili. You can see the athleticism, the difference between Ginobili and Claxton in the game.
How much was his confidence enhanced when he played so well in the World Basketball Championships this summer?
Well, I think that has to help. You know, you're playing against some of the best players in the world and you have great success. And, you know, but it's different when you're the star of your team and when you come in and you're playing with other stars in the NBA, you got to make an adjustment. But right there, you know, Ginobili, he missed the 3, hesitant to shoot the 3 that time, took it into traffic.
Duncan across the lane. Missing again. Here comes Derek Fisher, who just checks in. 3 on 3. Devean George.
They need Duncan right now. He's struggling a little bit, obviously, on the post. Not just his numbers, but it looks like he's freezing up a little bit, going to the basket, short-arming his inside shots.
Malik Rose has 15. David Robinson on the bench with 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 fouls. Still working on Steve Smith. We'll get a report from Craig Sager in a second. Here comes Parker inside. Altered the shot was by Duncan.
Well, 2 shots in the post, and that shot was blocked by 2 different people. You got to have a better feel of what's there around you.
He put me, Joey. Yo, he put me.
Horry picks up the foul. Number 5. Let's send it over. We'll take a break. And then we'll get Craig Sager's report on Steve Smith. The Lakers are down by 6.
The Spurs are leading the Lakers 76-70 throughout that timeout. Trainer Will Sevening continued to work with Steve Smith, who had limped off the court and then fell into his chair on the bench. Initially, it was thought that he had strained his groin, but after working with the trainer, it now appears there was just cramps. They've worked it out, and he will be eligible to return to the game, so that's good news for Smitty.
Thank you, Craig. Last year's winner in the NBA of the Sportsmanship Award. Steve Smith. He's 5 of 7 tonight shooting from the floor.
He's had a nice game for him. And, you know, we talked to Popovich this morning, and he said that in a perfect world, Ginobili and Smith would probably split time at that 2-guard position. Love the combination there. And, you know, eventually I believe that Ginobili will move into that starting guard lineup when he gets healthy, because we've seen what a good job he does defensively out there, and he provides them offense in a different way.
Rose at the line. Tim Duncan tonight, 31 minutes, 3 of 13, 9 rebounds, and 11 points. I don't recall seeing him play so poorly.
Yeah, he's had a bad game for him, for his standards. You know, MVP of the league, you know, against not the front line, they're the best players of the Lakers. But I'll tell you what, you got to give Robert Horry credit. He's done an excellent job, and the Laker team defense has done a good job of stifling.
Derek Fisher. Robert Horry putting up a 3. Devean George fighting for the rebound with Duncan. Here comes Steve Kerr to Ginobili. Underneath the throws. That ball whistles over his head and out of bounds.
You know, it was a good idea. You know, I could see that pass coming. He threw that ball just a little bit too hard, but the idea was right. He just needed to put a little bit more loft on it, so Rose had time to react, being only 6'5".
That is P.J. Carlissimo. You see him as an assistant coach on the San Antonio bench this season.
And a great acquisition, or, you know, great signing right there by the Spurs. Greg Popovich, very smart, get PJ in there. Really knows how to coach.
And Samaki Walker.
When was the last time we saw David Robinson in the game? Ever since he picked up his 4th foul, the guy was playing great. 13 and 10.
I know, and he's seeing time, a lot of time right now on the bench. Rose picks up his 4th personal foul.
It's a long season, and Malik Rose has done a good job, and there's no big guys out there, really. You know, they got Samaki Walker playing the power forward, Robert Horry playing the power forward, so it's a good matchup for Malik Rose.
Here's a look at David Robinson, 15th year and final year in the NBA, the 27th all-time leading scorer with 20,000 points in his career. Robinson has not scored, by the way, in the second half. He hasn't seen the minutes.
He hasn't had a chance to play in the second half. You know, he only played a few minutes before he picked up his 4th. But, again, Rose has done a good job. Duncan struggled a little bit, but he still, as you can see, demands all sorts of attention.
There's Speedy Claxton with the 2-point shot. Rebound, Kobe Bryant. Lakers are -4 in rebounding. Bryant's got 10, so he's got a double-double. Trying to chisel his way inside. Double team. Kobe Bryant. Rebound by Rose. Los Angeles is shooting 31%. San Antonio shooting 38% for the game.
And that was a horrible possession. That's an example right there. Kobe trying to do too much and getting bad habits.
Oh, Ginobili takes it inside.
Beautiful cut right there. See, you don't get those kind of baskets as much. We saw Steve Smith get to the basket a little bit, but that's what they used to have with Derek Anderson a little bit more of an athlete going to the basket.
Derek Fisher for 2. Each team has hit 3 3-point shots. That's been it. Claxton the other way. Into Bryant with a foul.
Tell me, Joey, where's the foul, Joey?
Speedy Claxton, since he's come in the game, what a big difference right here. But good cut off the ball. A speed cut, and with this great 6'6" athleticism right there, finishes all the way on the other side of the basket. Terrible defense by Samaki Walker right there.
So Claxton will be at the free throw line where he has played well, and that's good for Greg Popovich because the guy that he started tonight, 20-year-old Tony Parker, 0 of 10, and has seen a lot of time in the second half on the bench.
Well, Claxton's 2 for 6, though. But, yeah, Tony Parker had a miserable night. That's not the way he wanted to start the season. But he's a confident kid. He had an excellent exhibition season, and, you know, he'll be back. There's no doubt about that. But what a great feeling for Greg Popovich to have Speedy Claxton sitting over there on the bench.
Lane violation. That is a point of emphasis for this upcoming season. The San Antonio Spurs have taken 38 free throws. The Lakers have taken 25.
Well, why'd they take the basket away from him then? They blew the whistle in the middle of the shot.
Why would you penalize the shooter?
Well, I don't know. Did he blow the whistle before he actually shot the ball? But if the guy's over the line too soon, then just if he makes the basket, you don't take it away.
Spurs have led by 9. Devean George taken off in the lane. And a rough landing and a foul, and it's on Devean George. He's got 5 personal fouls. The lane is for not the Mika Bart.
Right there, Devean George dribbling with his head down. Doesn't even see Tim Duncan standing planted there the whole time. Out of control.
Turnovers in the game now tied at 17 each, LA and San Antonio. Tim Duncan, 3 of 13. And a Walker foul, and he's gone. That's number 6.
Well, Tim Duncan did a good job of yelling and drawing the attention.
Technical foul on Samaki Walker.
It's not the time. 8 points is already enough to come back from with 3.5 minutes to go. You can't give him more points, but I'm sure he's very frustrated. A lot of calls tonight. Both teams been in foul trouble. What about this, though? Tim Duncan's been relegated to the technical free throw shooter.
5 of 8, had no heart in that shot. He looks frustrated. And not the Tim Duncan that we saw that was so defiant and emotional a season ago when he won the MVP.
Even the great ones have bad nights.
Oh, exactly. But on opening night, when everything should be juiced up and greased against a team like this, which is about as big an opponent as you can have, it's disappointing to see this kind of performance.
I agree. And you know what, though? Sometimes great players have a tough time getting all juiced up when Samilas Maki's starting against you. It's not quite the same as when the big fella's out there.
Kobe Bryant in this quarter has gone 0 of 3. Takes it inside, colliding with bodies. Medvedenko puts it in. And he was just standing and watching on the block.
Good play by Robert Horry again. Another veteran play, keeping that ball alive, giving Medvedenko the opportunity.
Rose had it knocked away, but it's off of San Antonio. 18 Spur turnovers.
See right here, Kobe going in. Again, guys all around him. Robert Horry just tipping it right there to Medvedenko. Little one-handed push shot right there. That's old school.
It's Derek Fisher. Slammed in by Medvedenko as the ball in the cylinder.
That ball was absolutely in the cylinder from my vantage point right here. I thought for sure that thing was going to be called off.
Timeout. Lakers making a run. San Antonio's had fourth quarter leads against Los Angeles in the past, and they've lost them.
They really need to step up here. Without Shaq in the game, they got to find a way to win this one.
Well, tonight you've been watching exclusive coverage of opening night of the NBA on TNT, and it began down in O-Town, Orlando, with Tracy McGrady dropping 31 on Allen Iverson and the Philadelphia 76ers in a magic win. At halftime of that game, you saw Carlos Santana. And then we came west to Los Angeles for the ring ceremony for the three-time defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe Bryant and Shaq getting their rings. Randy Newman singing "I Love LA," and indeed they do. And then we had the Spurs and the Lakers, and Kobe dazzling early in the game. Part of the fireworks on opening night. Now we're trying to figure out who's going to win this one as Duncan misses again. Tim Duncan has gone 3 of 14 shooting.
At least I like Duncan catching the ball in the post and going quicker. He's not as methodical in that move. He just went right at Medvedenko for the easy shot.
Inside they fight for it. Rose clutches it. The Spurs on top, 82-76.
Speedy Claxton might be the MVP of this game. The way he came in, Tony Parker struggling, came right in. What a great shot block right there on that Derek Fisher drive. Look at the size difference.
Where is David Robinson?
Well, David Robinson, you know, again, I think the matchups. I think David Robinson would be out there with a bigger lineup, but the Lakers are playing small right now, and so it's a much better matchup for Rose, and Rose is having a nice game.
Spurs have 10 block shots tonight. 5 have been registered in this fourth quarter. 12 seconds on the shot clock, and 2:10 to play in regulation. It's Rose.
You know, Kevin, this team is used to playing without David. I mean, just because he's had the injuries last year at the end of the season.
Ginobili working on Bryant. Takes it inside. A 24-second shot clock violation. 19 San Antonio turnovers. But didn't Medvedenko have possession of the ball?
Well, that's what they're arguing right now, that he threw the ball back in, that he had a control of the ball and threw it back in bounds. Joey Crawford's going to take control right here.
As he does so well.
Trying to figure out how much time is left on the shot clock is what's going to be very difficult.
Spurs have led by 10. Lakers have led by 4. 23 points by Kobe. Leads everybody. 16 points off the San Antonio bench by Malik Rose has been critical tonight for the Spurs.
Right, and that's why you haven't seen David Robinson. You know, David Robinson isn't the MVP player. He was having an MVP game in the first half. They got a lot out of him, but it's a long season, so Malik is going to get a lot more minutes this year.
There was a change of possession. Medvedenko indeed did have possession of the ball. San Antonio will inbound with the shot clock at 20.
A huge play, and I think they got to get the ball into David into Tim one more time and just keep giving him opportunities because he's probably going to get a double team.
No fouls to give either way. As you see, here's Rose. Bowen, Rose driving on Medvedenko. Tapped in by Rose, can't go. Rebound by Robert Horry. Here comes Kobe Bryant, galloping the other way. Knocked away by Ginobili from behind. And Speedy Claxton against Robert Horry. Oh, what a play by Speedy Claxton.
And those are the big baskets. The steals by Ginobili and the steals by Speedy Claxton have been the difference in this second half.
13 for Claxton. Kobe missing a 3. Ginobili with the rebound. 11 fourth quarter Speedy Claxton points. And the Spurs on top, 84-76.
Depth is a beautiful thing.
Claxton by Fisher and Medvedenko, and swatted away by Kobe Bryant. Shot clock at 7. And 105 in regulation.
And this is the athleticism of Ginobili again, coming all the way back, getting underneath the basket, way out ahead of him. Beautiful play, and then Claxton going all the way to the basket, getting through Robert Horry.
Inside the NBA is on deck in Atlanta, presented by Hyundai. We'll go there with Ernie Johnson in the game, Kenny the Jet, Sir Charles, Magic Johnson. Tim Duncan, a rough night, but if we would have told you before the game that he would go 3 for 14 from the field and San Antonio would win. Would you have been surprised?
I would have been surprised that he would only made 3 baskets, yes, against the front line of the Lakers. You know, just because they're undersized. Samaki Walker's an excellent rebounder and defender, but he's undersized for the center position. And Robert Horry, you know, they've all been in foul trouble tonight too. So Tim has done his job at getting them in foul trouble, just hasn't been able to finish.
Ginobili gets it off to Duncan. He does have 10 rebounds. Shot clock at 2. Horry with the foul. Horry's gone. He becomes the second Los Angeles Laker to foul out. Samaki Walker was the first earlier in this fourth quarter. And at the free throw line will be Tim Duncan.
Well, Robert Horry, very smart defender, knows what Tim Duncan wants to do, knows he wants to jab and go right. Right there, he doesn't even move. He's just standing right there. He gets a shoulder right in his shoulder and falls back. Robert anticipated the move of Tim Duncan. I don't blame you for being frustrated.
It's been the bench tonight, Danny Ainge, of San Antonio that has basically won this game. It's been the play of Malik Rose, Ginobili, and Claxton, which have comprised 3 outstanding moves off the Greg Popovich bench, which is going to most likely give the Spurs a season-opening win.
Yeah, and they've done it not with their half-court offense. Their half-court offense was atrocious tonight, but they did it with defense. They made steals. They got the ball in the open court with some athleticism.
Kobe Bryant trying to slice his way down the lane. Bryant with his 23 points, trying to move in. Well, we're going to see an interesting note because the Lakers' last opening night loss at home or on the road and Houston back in 1991. That is an amazing stretch.
That is an amazing stretch. You know what? They might go 0-2. They got a tough game in Portland tonight. Who's watching this game tonight? They're sitting there rested. Lakers had a tough battle, and talk about size. They got size and depth down in Portland.
And Sabonis acquired maybe for just this reason to take on Shaq, who won't be there. But down the stretch, that size will matter.
It will, and Sabonis has done a good job. You know, Shaq has had some numbers against Sabonis, but his percentages are down, and his average is down a few. And Sabonis has had a year off, should be well rested, and plus they have so much depth, they don't have to overuse Sabonis.
Speaking of Portland, we'll see them Thursday exclusively on TNT's NBA coverage. Second game of our doubleheader. When the Blazers take on Sacramento, and the Kings won tonight. They clobbered Cleveland. Kobe Bryant, Devean George. Look at Speedy Claxton continue to joust with the players, even in a hopeless situation like that. Don't stop what appeared to be a runaway right to the rim.
Absolutely. Took away a dunk. It's going to make Devean George, who's not a great free throw shooter, only 67% from the free throw line last year, get to the line. Never give up. Claxton. Got to love his effort tonight.
I know Philadelphia traded him, but remember how high Larry Brown talked to us a couple years ago when they first got this kid out of Hofstra and said, I am just smitten with his speed, with his tenacity. Then he blew the knee.
And you know, when you're 6 feet or 5'11", I don't even know, it looks like he's about 5'9", standing right here. You know, those knees become even more because you rely so much on speed. But again, they just had the numbers. They just had a numbers problem. Claxton was not going to get a lot of time. And playing with Allen Iverson, it's just a bad combo.
Our producer tonight here in Los Angeles, Mike Burks, our director, Lonnie Dale. Special thanks to Dennis Stone. Kobe Bryant picks up a foul as Tony Parker tries to take it by midcourt.
And Tony Parker got away with one right there. He lost control of that ball. There was no foul right there. He lost control on his way up. And Tony knows it. He's had a struggle for the night. But right here, watch the ball come out of Tony's hands. He's going up in the trap. See, the ball's already loose. There's contact when he's up in the air right there, but he already lost control of the ball. That's why Kobe's frustrated.
Parker has not scored from the field, 0 of 10 from the line. His first trip right here. And he breaks it. Getting his point. The San Antonio Spurs will play tomorrow night in Oakland against the Golden State Warriors. And then head on home.
And they better start working on their half-court offense, because right now that's the weakness. They're obviously good defensively. They got a great superstar in Tim Duncan, who had an off night, but their half-court offense is very sloppy.
Devean George missing from outside. Medvedenko to Gennaro Pargo. Kobe trying to take it up, and Duncan rejects the shot. Kobe 0 of 6 in the fourth quarter. Argo takes it. And Kobe for three. He nails it. He came down funny on his ankle. And Bryant hobbles back the other way. And the San Antonio Spurs have won an opening night game on the road against the defending world champion Los Angeles Lakers. On an off night for Tim Duncan. Special thanks to Pat McGrath, Pat Thornton, and Rick Maldonado. We're going to take you to Atlanta after these messages. For Danny Ainge and Craig Sager, Kevin Harlan saying so long from LA.